Anyway, what else we've been doing today? We have some blitz. I'm gonna play some blitz, maybe do some more of the bold speed run. We've got an hour and 20 minutes left. Plenty of stuff. Oh, I have a different logo. 1 second. Sorry, let me save this. One second. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't started the match yet, you guys. I suspect they will be starting pretty soon. What does 1+1, 3+1, 5+1 means? That those are the time controls they play. So they play 90 minutes of 5 minutes plus 1 second increment, 60 minutes of 3+1, and then 30 minutes of 1+1. So there are 3 time controls, so that's the reason. So that's the way it works. Do an impression of AOC. I don't know what you mean by that, but anyway, possible add their cams. I mean, theoretically I could, but I don't think I should do that. So I'm not going to. But anyway, all right. So the game still hasn't started. I don't know why they haven't started the games yet. Kind of confused. Oh, here we go. So they do start. Okay. First game of the match. Knight f3, g6. I guess you can play d4 here. Maybe knight c3. Okay, Duda plays the accelerated dragon. Very surprising start. So probably d4, knight d4, and c4 will get him Roxy bind. That's my guess. It makes the most sense. Very logical way to play this. Actually, you guys don't see the bar, do you? Give me 1 second. I don't think at the moment you guys see the bar. So let me pull this out a little bit. That's better. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what happens? So we have knight d4, knight c6, Moroxy bind here. Pretty normal so far. Pretty normal. Hope Duda wins this. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun match. Was I impressed by Arjun's performance? I thought Arjun's performance was pretty good. I've said he's a very dangerous blitz player, so it's not too surprising to me. Do I still have the same love for chess as I did when I was young, or is it more now? I mean, it's different because I know so much more now than I did when I was much younger. I mean, when I was younger, chess was such a fascinating game. All these different openings, all these different strategies, tactical situations, end games, all these things were really fascinating. My microphone is not silent. Everybody can hear me. It's probably on your end. You need to turn it up. But it was a very fascinating game, and the more you learn, kind of the less that I mean, I still really love the game and I enjoy it, but it's not that same level of like fascination, that same level of those eureka moments of like, wow, it's like it's just, yeah, it's what it is. Loud and clear, indeed. Have I ever thought about quitting chess? Not that I want you to. I've thought about it, but I mean, again, I would say that it's what I'm best at. Traditionally, and I think, I mean, it's what I'm best at. People like now, especially, I mean, so many people enjoy the stream. There's just no way that I would just like walk away. Thank you to KY Jelly for the 2 months. Thank you to Meanly for the 8. Interesting, nice answer. What on chess? Whether I love it more now or not. Style piece is ugly. Pick another one. I feel like I've had this style for a very long time, and nobody complains about it. Nobody complains about. Also, as someone points out, they said, "Am I better chess player investor?" What I would say is that, like, no matter what I try to do outside of chess, I will never be as good at anything as I am at chess. Like, I will never be that good. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, if you reach top 10, top 5 in the world in like any sport, any field, academia. I mean, I guess academia is a bad example, but like any field, you're never going to be as good in anything else. You just won't be, and that's just reality. So, I mean, I think it's important to keep that in mind. As a streamer, you're just as good as you are at chess. I mean, I don't think you can really compare them, but anyway, yeah. You won't qualify for the FIDE Grand Prix. I don't even know what the qualification is. I did want to talk about that a little bit in regards to why every game was drawn. What do you mean Michael Jordan plus baseball? Michael Jordan was not the best multi-sport player. Wasn't I mean, I don't know how good. Wasn't Deion was better than Michael for sure. Deion Sanders was not a great baseball player. He's better than Michael. And I thought Bo Jackson was actually wasn't Bo Jackson like a really good. Wasn't Bo Jackson legitimately good at baseball too? I thought Bo Jackson was legitimately good at baseball too. So yeah, no, I mean Jordan was yeah. Bo was the best. That's what I thought. I thought of like the multi-sport players. Bo Jackson was by far and away the best. Yeah, he was the best 2-sport player. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, so I guess black can play b5 or knight c5 here. But yeah, Shevchenko said he will give all of his prize money to his parents. They'll be so happy. He played only one tournament last year. Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy for Shevchenko. I mean, especially for some of these players who are like 2550, 2600. Like, COVID, like, wrecked them. I mean, they had no tournaments to play, no income. Like, it was very, very bad for a lot of these players who were not at the top, who didn't have this Magnus tour that came along. So that's actually really nice to hear. That's really, really good. And yeah, like in Ukraine, $10,000. That's like, I know I want to say $10,000 in Ukraine is probably like what, like 100,000 in the US, maybe something like that is my guess. Okay, so position balanced. White has a slight advantage, but it's not. Michael Jordan was also great in basketball. Huh? I didn't realize. I didn't realize Michael Jordan was that good in basketball. But hey, what do I know? Let's see. Probably h3 creates some Lufthansa for the king here. H3 and king should create the air. That would make some sense here. I think h3 makes sense. Do you make more income from streaming or from playing tournaments? Just curious while enjoying your content. I mean, I've said it before, and I mean, people don't have to believe me, but it's not comparable. The life as a streamer, I mean, it's so much more than you make as a professional chess player, even if you're a top 5 chess player, even as a top 5 chess player. Magnus does really, really well. I think Magnus would be comparable, but if you're not the world champion in chess, you're not making as much money, plain and simple. So it's pretty insane. I mean, like, I'm very grateful, but at the same time, I find it a little bit disappointing that there's not more money in chess. Let's see. H3 is a move here. I think H3 Bishop G4 looks right, but again, this is 5+1, so the players have a lot of time here, a lot of time to think. Yeah, I mean, basically in chess, if you're a top 10 player, you'll make a very good living, probably more than $100,000 a year. If you're top 20, you might get close to that. After that, if you're just talking solely as a chess player, you'll be lucky to make $75,000 a year as a professional player. Shevchenko is 2655. Yeah, I mean, Shevchenko is 2655, and he made no money last year. Like, chess is very, very brutal. Very, very brutal game. It's brutal. I am not playing Nihal. I'm playing Pistol Pete. I'm playing Peter Savitler in my first round matchup. I thought I was playing against Nihal, but apparently the pairings got changed. So let's see. Probably Bishop F3 and Rook E1 or Rook D1. I mean, I really like this position for white. I'm kind of surprised that Duda out of the gate is trying to play weird openings against Anish, because out of all the top players, Anish has the best. He's got the best opening repertoire by far. So he wants to go Bishop G4. There's no F5 because of the pin. I like Queen C3. Queen C3 is a classy move by Anish. I think Anish is just much better. He's going to go Bishop G4, double stack, and this pawn. Yeah, Bishop G4. There's Knight E4 though, so he's trying to be tricky. Wait, with Bishop G4, Knight E4, you just go Queen B2 and then Rook E1. Yeah, Bishop G4 here, Queen B2, Rook there, and then Rook C1. Rook E1, and you win the game. Even Bishop G4, Knight E4, Queen E1 is good. Ooh, I don't know if I love that move, although it's Queen B4 is the idea here. Not sure. There's Queen B4 and A4. I think Anish in the last 2 moves kind of made a few mistakes, because black is getting very fast counterplay here on the queen side. You're not breaking through. And if you go Queen A1, there's Knight D3 also. There's suddenly Knight D3 hitting everything. This is actually very tricky suddenly. I think Bishop F3 kind of threw the advantage. I think he needed to go like I think he needed to go Bishop G4 and Rook E1. I think Bishop F3 was a mistake. Do I know what my stream plans for World Championship are yet? Yes, you guys. So during this break, I also was figuring out my schedule for the next couple of weeks, and I will start covering the World Championship at 6:30 a.m. local time. Matches start at 4:30, so I'll start covering it 2 hours in. That's going to be the plan for the World Championship. I think black's fine here, by the way. No queens on the board. Awesome knight here. Great bastion. Completely consolidated. You can go Rook A8, maybe Rook A7. I don't know if black can win the game, but I think black is not worse. Not worse at all. How many hours a day do you play chess? Play chess, stream, whatever. It's probably, nowadays it's a lot. It's probably at least like 7 hours every day. Giri will get smoked in time pressure. There is the danger of like Rook B8, B5. Like Rook B8 and B5, which is actually kind of scary. I still think it's going to be a draw, but it's scary. It's scary. European Championship, no, I won't be. I'm streaming this week, and then on the weekend, like I said, I'm going to Hawaii. I'll be streaming from Hawaii. I'll stream Arena Kings and Title Tuesday, but I won't be streaming other than those little pockets of time. Will there be any coverage before you join? Probably not. I mean, as of right now, I don't think so, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that's what I would say. When I play the Grand Prix, if I'm qualified, I don't know where it's going to be, what the situation is. I would say most likely I would play. I mean, I feel a lot more confident having seen like this Pfizer pill now coming out. I would say I feel a lot more confident about everything, but we'll see. Okay, rook a7, probably rook a8. I guess rook a8, rook d2, and white's kind of holding the chain. The connect 4 is still intact here for white, so it should be okay. Of course, there's a right triangle in here too, but I would say that black's, I mean, computer likes black. I think it's because there's going to be some rook b8 b5 break, but overall I think it's probably equal. That's my guess. Do I have huge plans for December? Oh, December is going to be a big month. Really looking forward to everything that we have in December. How many houses do I own? I have my house in Florida, which I still have, and I'm renting here in LA. So yeah, I don't own a house here in LA. Riga event was complete without any COVID thoughts. I don't know. I mean, that's another question. Were they doing testing every day or not? Like, I mean, that's the thing that's so frustrating about COVID is that there are a lot of cases where people just don't really get sick at all. They get it, but if they don't feel any symptoms, so they don't even know they had it. But I would say that yeah, like I mean, hard to tell. Hard to tell what the real situation was simply because, like I said, FIDE said one thing about a bubble and people not going out, and then the reality was much different. So hard to judge. Okay, so probably knight c5 here. I don't like what Duda did, letting white get h5. White's going to be able to maybe break h5. I guess that's a good move. So if you take, there's always rook h8, and now the king side is closed, no h5 opening, and there's no opening in the center. I think this is probably a draw. The black can maybe go b5 again. I would go rook a5, and yeah, okay. Duda is going to go for b5 here. You got to go b5 at some point, right? Because otherwise it's just a draw. You would think. Got to go b5, but maybe Duda, it's the first game of the match. Probably, I would still try to win as black. I would go like here and here. Okay, Duda's going to make a draw. Why am I not? Okay, I thought he was going to make a draw, but maybe not. Okay. Okay, yeah, I would try to run the king around and go b5 at some point. Okay. Okay, so Duda kind of did the tickle, like rook a, maybe b5, b5 and king b6 look. Okay, this will be a draw now. Yeah, game is drawn. What a surprise. First game of the match ends in a draw. Why am I not surprised? Okay, let's close the board. What a surprise. Draw in Giri, yeah. Okay, so there we go. Let me adjust this a little bit. This here. There we go. All right, so I'll leave that there. Actually, wait, that's still too big. There we go. All right, you guys, I'm gonna take my first break of the day. I'm gonna go use the restroom very quickly. And we're gonna come back. We're gonna keep covering this, but I'm just gonna go use the restroom pretty quickly, and then I'll be back in a second. But I'll leave the game up so you guys can see all of it. All right. What happened here? We had a sacrifice. Getting those gold nuggets. No, I was getting my fruit. I just have a little bit of fruit here to eat some food because we have a long stream. Why not each give upon? What do we have? We have the Trump house key. Oh wow, nice sack by Anish, and he gets quick development here. What, queen g6, maybe d5, try to sack a second pawn and open up. I like queen g6. There's d5. This looks bad. Also, white can't ever castle the king because the bishop cuts it off, so this looks pretty dangerous. Yeah, I just got some fruit. Do I eat junk? No, I got my fruit. I got my papaya. I have some apples and some banana. So queen g2, rook g1, queen h2 looks good for black. Yeah, papaya, right? That's what you call it, the fruit. Yeah. No, I had the fruit at home. That's what I did. All right. Yeah, papaya, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so probably white should go like c4, knight c3, maybe knight c2 and castles. Black's much better here, of course. But the game goes on. It's winning. Yeah, it's kind of surprising, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. High in fiber. Yeah. No, it's pretty good. All right. Anish will find a way to draw me. Pineapple will be jealous. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Black can play d5 or bishop e2 here. It's also bishop e7 as well. Do I expect 2 draws? Do I expect less draws in this year? I'm not sure what will happen in the World Championship. Yeah. Papaya? No, that's Popeye. That's Popeye as the FIDE Sailor Man. Anyway, this is Giri versus a dude. Maybe bishop e7. I guess bishop e7 hangs g7. Black wants to develop, but it's tricky. Not so easy. Thank you to Hamovich for the 2 months. Thank you Ja for the 3. Name changer for the 20. Thank you to Neuter Tua for the 16 months. Thank you so much. But we'll see. Nepo and Magnus play on November 24th, I believe, is the first game. So it'll be starting a couple days after I get back from my vacation, and really looking forward to it. Yeah, bishop g7 and castle's long, or castle short rather, and I think black's doing very, very well. No, it's not a free rook, so if you take, and take, the rook guards g1, so it wasn't a free rook. Oh, 26, sorry, the 26, I mean, all the dates blend together. Queen h5, queen e5, both look good, classic right triangles here. E5 feels more human. Computer, I think, likes h5, but e5 feels more human to me, so we'll see. Anish will find a way to turn this into a drop, maybe. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, stopping white from castling here. So if white goes rook d1, you go queen e6, and it's completely fine. They 88 Cormac for the 9 months. Thanks so much to 88 Cormac. Appreciate it. G5 would create weaknesses, like if the knight goes to e3 and the pawn's on g5, the f5 square is weak, so that's why g6 is better, because it stops the knight from jumping to f5. Yeah, I'll be covering the games starting at about 6:30 local time, so about 2 hours in. I'll start covering them again. The openings will probably be very, very slow. Okay, so see, now here white, for example, can go to d5, but f5 is not available because the pawn stops it, so that's why it's much better on g6 versus g5. Much better, I might add. Much, much better. So castles, rook d7. White has evened out the material, but black has the bishop pair. King is still in the middle of the board. These ops should be much better. If white gets knight d5, they're tricks, but still rook d8, maybe queen e6, maybe rook e8 even. Black's got to be better here. Just play knight d2 and castle. That would have been an idea, yeah. Also, someone asked me if I ever eat junk food earlier. I try not to. Actually, for dinner last night, I ate some junk food, and let's just say that after I ate the junk food, I was sitting on the toilet for the next hour. So it was that's the thing, is I try not to, because if I don't eat junk food for a while, then like my system can't handle junk food, because you get used to actually avoiding all that bad stuff. So yeah, it's like junk in, junk out. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's why I'm eating my papaya and banana this morning. Back to the regular stuff. So yeah, e4 is weak. Maybe f3 holds the pawn here. It's always f5 ideas. I mean, this looks very bad. Oh, there's also queen b6 to trap the rook, I just realized. So yeah. Thank you to Harry Bum for the 18 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Harry Bum. I mean, computer says Anish is winning. It's a little bit tricky, but Anish has a minute, so I expect him to win. Thank you to Shako for the prime. Thank you so much to Shako. So yeah, let's see. It's 130 hours for the 90 minutes, and then it's 1 hour for the 3+1. So it's 90 minutes and then 3 minutes. And I think there's a break after 45 minutes. I thought queen b6 and c4 might be winning here, but maybe not, because here, c4. There's still king f2 to guard the knight. Yeah, he does it though. I mean, but actually no, c4 white can just take because the rook's guarded. So never mind. I rook a4, maybe bishop c6. I mean, bishop c6 looks kind of annoying here. Looks pretty tough to play. Black's got to be better here. Maybe rook d8, maybe just king h7, f5. Looks pretty good. Maybe a gold daddy for the 2 months prediction. I expect Duda to win. I think Duda's going to win. f5 is apparently a huge mistake. Now there's f takes e4. And where's the win for black? Yeah, Anish just played f5, which is kind of nuts. Just e5, I guess. e5. Queen h2. Rook d6. Apparently, queen f2, queen f1 is mate, by the way. Apparently, Duda had rook d6 and it was not clear at all, but he misses it. So Anish wins in game 2. I think Duda is going to win because I expect Duda to be better in the fast controls, like 3-1 and 1-1. That's why I think so. I think Anish is a favorite in the 5+1. So that's my prediction. That's what I expect to happen. Thank you to Rupert of Zebra for the gifted sub. What was the question? Will I be able to stream it? No, I will not be streaming. I'll be streaming before I play on Svidler on Friday, and then I'll be streaming afterwards as well. But yeah, I expect Duda to crush in the 1+1. So that's why I think Duda is the favorite. I do think Anish is the favorite in the 5+1 though. Smarter Chess gives 89-11 in favor of Anish. Wait, is that a joke? Prex, do you actually have that? Wait, you're joking, right? You're joking. There's no way it's 89-11. No way. Not possible. Legitimately not possible. No chance of that. But yeah. All right. So what happens? So castles, bishop e7. Maybe knight e5, maybe d4 here. Very slow opening here by Anish. Don't forget the scoreboard. Yeah, it's 1.5 right now. I'll keep updating. Oh, it's 56-44 for Duda. Yeah, I mean, I would say that I assume that Duda is a favorite just because of bullet, nothing else. Yeah, maybe you go queen e2 and rook d1, maybe e4. One of these. Yeah, okay. He goes for e4. Logical. This is fake Metallica. Okay, thank you to Haas for the 10 months. Appreciate it. I do not play today, you guys. I play on Friday against Peter Svidler. So that's my match. We're just going to be covering the matches, though. I think there's a match today. There's a match tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and so forth. So there are a bunch of matches. Dude, just reset Spotify. We got to get rid of this. No, but the problem is if I go to Task Manager and I close Spotify because it's frozen, I'm not sure it's going to reopen. It might just be like there's an error like it was telling me this morning. So, yeah, thank you to Brokaloke for the 15. Thank you to Blundering PhD for the 38 months. Thank you so much to Blundering PhD. Wow. 38 months. Wow. Thank you so much. That is what, 3 years and 2 months. Long time. Thank you so much to Blundering PhD. Appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. 38 months. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you to the Thundy for the 15. Crazy to think where we were 3 years ago. I mean, I was just an uncomfortable chess player trying to stream the game, and to think where we are now. Thank you so much for the 38 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, I'm gonna order an Indian. What shall I order? I'm thinking chicken tikka masala, keema naan or keema rice, papadums, and chicken samosas. Papadums I'm not a fan of, I have to say, not a big fan of it. I would go for like something classic, like yeah, chicken tikka masala, maybe what would I go for? Probably that. Maybe, I mean, paneers are always good. Obviously, kormas are great. Papadum's not a fan. Samosas are hit or miss for me, so it's kind of a mix. Thinking of Traviral for the 13 months. Knight b6 is played here. I guess d5 looks good. He took a long time to play Knight b6. It feels kind of awkward somehow. I feel like you're supposed to trade on c3. Butter chicken is good, but actually d5 takes knight before you lose the pawn. So probably not d5. Yeah. The Dings match is at 4 a.m. Can you even wake up? I've been awake at 4 a.m., but I won't cover it from the start. I might cover it a few moves later. Chicken tikka masala is Indian. I mean, yeah, it's not. It's, of course, it's a British invention, but it's still what most people like the most. It's just like it's like you ask Americans what do they like the most of sushi, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we like our California rolls. Those are great things. Of course, as everybody knows, California rolls are not Japanese. They don't exist in Japan nowadays. I think you can find them, but they were not invented in Japan. It's the same thing. Yeah. I mean, it's literally the same thing. It's like California roll. Man, I love that California roll. And people don't realize, like, yeah, you go to Japan. Nowadays, you can find it, but it's not a Japanese invention. They create that here in America. Typical America and the UK. America and Britain. I mean, just, yeah, taking everything from everybody. So bad. All right. Queen C2 and Rook D1 is playable here. I think White's a little bit better. There is Bishop A6 maybe. But I think Black's okay here. That's what I would say. Food colonialism. Yeah, food colonialism. Exactly. Yeah. Would I accept a Grand Prix invite? I mean, I would have to know the details, but I would say most likely I would. Most likely. It's one tournament, right? Grand Prix is one tournament. It's multiple events. That's the question. I think it's one event. If it's one event, I would say like probably with 90% certainty I would play in it. Oh no, it's 3 tournaments. Okay. But yeah. Anyway. All right, let's see. Ideas to play e5, knight g5, maybe e5, rook d1. If you get e5, there's all kinds of ideas with knight e4, knight g5, rook d1. I mean, that's where the oxygen for White's position comes with e5. Do I like math or science? I don't like either that much. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of history. History is what I love. I love like Roman history. I mean, like some Persian history, obviously, a lot less source material on that. But yeah, like Roman history, Greek history. I love the ancient history. That's my thing. Yeah. Probably Queen C7 again. I think E5, knight E4 makes sense here. I would totally be playing E5 to go knight E4. I think also chess for 3 months, although E5 might allow a C5 and bishop B7 to open up the line. So it's not completely that clear. But yeah, Nihal or Grishuk. Grishuk is the favorite. If it gets the bullet and it's tight, though, I could see Nihal winning. Does anyone remember when the History Channel actually showed history? Yeah, no kidding, Coffee. The funny thing is, when I was in St. Louis for a tournament recently, I think it was like the Sinkville thing. I turned on TV and there was like nothing good on. The only channel that I saw which had stuff was the History Channel, but they had weird like UF like aliens and ghosts and all kinds of like paranormal weird stuff on the History Channel. I was like, what is going on? This is not the History Channel that I remember. Thank you to Vanimal for the Prime. Thank you so much. Yeah, they just had stuff. It's like aliens or ghosts or UFOs. It's like what the heck is going on? This is not the History Channel that I remember. Anyway, White's got a big attack coming up here. Knights are coming in here. Maybe Queen E2, Queen H5. Yeah. But anyway, they ran out of history. Also true. Yeah. Yeah. Do I exercise regularly? Yeah, I do. Pretty regularly. Yeah, Black can take on E4, take on G5. G6 maybe is a move as well. White's threatening to go knight F6 and checkmate, so you have to have some kind of response to this. Not sure which one is the best. Probably takes knight d5. That's got knight d5. You have to play knight d5, activate the queen. Actually, maybe you don't have to go knight d5. You could go queen b5 first, I suppose. Well, I'd be worried about like bishop f6. So he does it. Queen b5, of course. Oh, and not queen b5. Interesting. Actually, I guess the idea is b3. You have rook b4. Already though, this is off to a very poor start for Duda, I feel like. Ali Reza didn't plan the Blitz tournament. I assume it's because his focus was only on the classical, and he also has, I think, played some tournament in Slovenia or something. So yeah, we'll so I assume there was a that's the reasoning. That's my guess, at least. Okay, Bishop E3 is the move. Queen C2 is the move. Again, White's a little bit better because of the weak pawn on C5, but I think Black should have enough to balance it out here. There's a hypothetical list of people qualified for the Grand Prix. You are still on it, qualified by rating. However, you have to play 9 rated games until the end of 2021, according to regulations. Is that a concern to you? No, it's not. I mean, if they're going to basically say something like that, that's fine. I mean, if I don't qualify, I don't qualify. That's life. But I would say that realistically, if I was given a wild card, there's a very high likelihood that I would play in it. That's what I would say. Okay, so because I mean, I'm not. I mean, there's nothing to play. There are no more serious terms left, and I think that the notion of trying to require people to play games during a time of the pandemic when things have happened, it's like Ding Lorenz, the same thing. Ding Lorenz, he's played like, what, one tournament, like he played the candidates, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, if that's how it is, that's how it is. Doesn't really bother me at all. Okay, so H6, probably Bishop D2. I think it's the only move that can be played here. And Queen C4. Who'd be world champion if Magnus not playing? I think currently it would definitely be Fabiano. Fabiano has been probably the number 2 player in the world for some time now. I mean, technically he's not number 2, but I would say number 2. Gotta move the king. Okay. Probably rook C1. Queen A6. Yeah, as black queen's coming in here, there's also C4. I don't like white's position. Yeah. He lost FIDE against Ali Reza. I mean, in their head-to-head, Fabiano beat Ali Reza, and it was a very convincing win. So, I mean, he didn't do as well against the other players. Plain and simple. Rook A4, Rook A1, Rook C8 and Queen. Rook C8 and Queen E8. Oh wait, no, but Rook C8. There's Rook B7. Wait, there. Oh wait, no. Then there's chat. Apparently, this is a blunder because of Queen E3 and Queen H7, but he misses it. Okay, Queen A3. Probably a draw with correct play. Black is a better knight, so Black's going to play on for sure. Probably King H7. I think King H7 is a good move here. And then move the knight around. Yeah, he does it. Knight E7, Knight C6 maybe. Queen F5. Queen E2. Okay, trying to get the queen around. He still wants to rotate the knight, I'm sure. Wait, can't you... Oh. But this is just a draw. White is G4. It's just a draw. G4, King G3. Gonna be a draw here, so it's gonna be 2-1. Let me update the score. It's gonna be 2-1. Next game, here we go. Thank you to X-Pack for the Prime. Thank you so much to X-Pack 1969. Appreciate it. Okay, so probably you take, go E6, Knight C6. I don't know why Duda is playing the Trump house key. I mean, he got smashed last game with it. Kind of surprised he's doing it again here. Thank you to Zach Winter for the 34. Can we flip the board? No, we're looking at winner's point of view, or drawer's point of view. Thank you to XRY for the Prime. Thank you so much, XRY. Appreciate it. Thank you for the Prime. Yeah, maybe takes, probably Bishop C4, Knight F3. How did I predict the future? Because I'm a fortune teller, you guys. I can predict the future. Yeah, but I think White's completely fine here, unlike the previous game. Duda plays a much different line here. SCC pre-recorded leak, that's why he won't stream it. I'm a genius satire, yeah. Exactly. Probably just knight f3 and castles. White's completely fine. Actually, queen h5 and knight f3 is kind of a little bit scary too. A little bit scary for black. Thank you to Watastic for the 23 months. Thank you so much to Watastic. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Equal amount of viewers here in chess.com. Okay, yeah, I mean, let's remember it's not the time for viewer Andes. Can I recommend some stocks then? Yeah, exactly. No thoughts. No thoughts. I have some thoughts, but I mean, I personally feel like when I look at things from a valuation standpoint, everything feels overvalued. That's just what I would say. Very, very tough. Very, very tough for me to find stuff that I like. So that's just what I would say. Anyway, okay, so what's going on? So queen a5, maybe queen g4, maybe queen h6 and h4 here. Queen h6 and h4 is definitely an idea. I don't know if it actually works, but it feels like it probably should be a good idea. Tesla's still down 2%, yeah, but I mean, down 2% on that kind of news, like, that's great. That's great. Okay, so queen h6 and castles. Have I ever thought about organizing my own tour? No, I've not really thought about that, primarily because I think it's a lot of work. I don't like the organization side, having to be like having to do that. So I don't see a good reason to do it. Down 4%. Oh, it's 1190. Is that 4? No, it's 2.5%. Yeah, I mean, that's just nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's nothing. Okay, so castles is played. Probably rook g8 is a move here. Maybe bishop d7, rook d8. Thank you to Remy G for the 8 months. Thank you so much to Remy G. Am I part of any charity organizations? I donate to a lot of charities. Actually, that reminds me, I will do something for Team C's at some point towards the end of the year. I haven't done that yet, so I'll do that a little bit later on. But yeah. But I think the whole notion of finding sponsors, like the whole notion of doing that, I mean, people don't understand just how busy I am with streaming. Like finding sponsors to try and do something like that, I wouldn't want to half-ass it. And it just, if I'm gonna fully do that, then I'm not gonna be able to stream, and like I'm hurting myself by doing that. So it's completely illogical. It doesn't make any sense. Rook d8, of course. So knight b3, you can come back. My match is on Friday. Match is on Friday. Yeah. Please focus on the game. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to. It's a mix because it's very early, of course, in these games. The 5-1s are always very, very slow. So there isn't much going on. There's queen h4, there's queen h3, there's bishop d3, knight b3. I would say some combination, one of these two moves, or bishop d3 or knight b3. Just depends which one. Yeah, that's what I would say. See, what is White gonna play here? How many more matches? There are 51 minutes. Sorry, let me adjust the timer as well, because now you see the minus sign. There are 51 minutes left, so there still is quite a lot of time left. Still 50. Yeah, still 51 minutes left in this portion of the 5+1. Very slow. Thank you, Yassine, for the prime. Once it gets to like 3-1 and the action picks up a little bit more, it's more fun. But the 5-1 is always super, super slow. Super, super slow. Most important tournament I would say is obviously World Championship. The way I would look at World Championship is most important. I mean, World Cup candidates obviously are up there too. And then after that whole set, I think it becomes pretty random. Like the one-off Grand Chess Tour events are always important. US Championship is important, but it becomes a lot of one-offs. Nice streaming setup you got there. Yeah, I'm here at TSM. I've been streaming here probably since August of 2020, or maybe it was September. But I've been streaming here for a very long time. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm really, really happy to be a part of TSM. It's been great so far. Definitely can't complain. And just very thankful they took a chance on me. Yeah, I think it was September. I think it was early September 2020 that I think there was an online US Championship, the Rapid event. I think that's around the time that I first started streaming from here. And that was like September. I think that was mid-September maybe of 2020. So that's when I started streaming from here. I've more or less streamed from here Not non-stop, because there was a period of a couple months where I had to stream from home because somebody got COVID who was here. But otherwise, yeah, I've been streaming from here pretty much all the time. Pretty much all the time. What has been good with TSM? I mean, everyone's very friendly. It's been great atmosphere. I mean, I've met Myth. I've hung out with Myth and Bjergsen. I met Cutie the other day. So just a lot of general stuff, and also it's very nice having that separation of church and state. Or sorry, nice having that separation of like home and business. Sorry, what am I even saying? I'm sorry. What am I doing? Sorry. Nice having that separation of home and like work. Um, yeah. I didn't meet Cutie here at the facility, but yeah. But yeah, anyway, okay, let's see. What is black doing? Rook G4 is a move, E5 is a move. F5 looks wrong. Problem is this bishop on C8 is not in the game because the pawn's in the way. So I mean, E5 makes sense. You would love to go B6, but you can't because you're a knight. So it's really about this bishop here. How does black develop this bishop? When will I stream my brother? I don't know if I will. I like G3, by the way. Bishop G2. Now you put it on the new diagonal. You've got knight H4. A lot of pressure. I like this G3 by Duda. I like it. Probably B5 is a good move. Knight E5 trade knight F3, but it's still there's some queen E4 queen F6 back. Not sure. Do I think I'm a celebrity? I don't think I'm a celebrity. Probably I am technically, but I mean I don't know. I don't get fazed by any of that stuff. I don't know. It's important not to let that stuff go to your head. Very important. Important. Queen F6 back, of course, must be the right move. Again, this bishop is very bad. This bishop C8 is really poor for black here. I think you have to go queen F6, but I mean, I feel like there's gonna be some queen C7. This looks bad. This looks bad for Anish here. Looks really bad. Looks pretty bad. Do I get asked for autographs? I mean, I haven't really traveled since the pandemic. So I can't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would, but you know, whatever. It's what it is. Okay, so bishop A3 I like. So Anish is trying to tickle the rook, so it's off on B1 now. There's less threats on the C file. There might be B6, bishop B7 at some point, but I still like white's position here. I think white's better. Disney playlist. I can't do anything, you guys. Like I said, I mean, literally my my Spotify is frozen. It's frozen, but it's still playing music. But like I said, I was gonna start my stream this morning. I had to stop and restart because Spotify wouldn't open. So I'm not gonna risk that. Like I just go to taskbar or the control panel, close it, and then like it won't open again. So it's just literally playing, and there's nothing I can do. I'd rather have no music than this. I think you guys like REM, but yeah. Now that you have a place in Florida and California, do you own more than one chessboard? I rent here in California. I mean, no. So okay, REM. So B6, A, B6 takes. Queen E7 is good for black. I don't like what Duda has done. Black's gonna develop the bishop. Now the bishop is free to go to E6 and bishop C7 or C5, also F6. Maybe you have knight H4 here or something, but I feel like this is starting to go the wrong way for Duda. This doesn't look great for Duda. It feels like he's done something wrong. I'm not sure what he's done wrong. I don't like what Duda's doing. I don't like queen F8, by the way. I thought F6 and bishop F5 made more sense. Knight H4, maybe? Okay. Probably you want to trade queens. Knight H4. Bishop B7. That's a free pawn. Okay, he's going to get bishop C5. Rook B2 or rook E2. Duda is winning now because he's going to be able to get a knife to F5. He's going to get a knife to F5. Yeah, Duda is going to win this game now. Rook b5, of course. Now the knight comes to f5. Rook a2 maybe. Yeah, nice move. And now the knight gets, well, it's still not great though. You have to go back. Knight f3, knight d2 maybe. Or this, I guess, is another plan. Okay, king d6. Rook b2, I guess. I mean, this is still good for white, but maybe check and take. It stops the mate. Yeah, I think Duda is going to win now, because you can just go rook e2 and rook f6, rook f5. Duda is going to win. Yeah, rook f5, and now, yeah, Duda will win this game, so it's going to be 2-2, of course. So nice and nice close match. Okay, I'm gonna mark it up because Duda will not. Duda's too good of a player. He's not gonna mess this up, right? Yeah, he wins the game. Okay, so it's 2-2. Next game should be coming up. Here we go. Oh wait, no. Next game is not coming up, you guys, because at 45-minute break, the halfway mark, they take a 6-minute break because chess.com needs to run their 6 minutes of ads. So there is a break here. He missed rook c5. Yeah, probably did. So it's 2-2 at the halfway mark. I'm going to take a short break myself of a couple of minutes. We're going to come back and we'll keep rolling right along with this coverage. It's been a close match so far, and it's only going to get better. So I'll be right back, you guys. Does that clock represent piece value? No, it doesn't. There's a timer for the amount of time. It's like the shot clock in the NBA, or time for how long the match or the games can go. So it represents something a little bit different. Do I think Anish playing on the Mr. Bean account has positively affected his performance here? I know what you're trying to do there. You're trying to get me to say, oh no, I mean, no, Anish wasn't Mr. Bean, or you're getting me to say, yes, it helped him. Obviously, I said it was a top 10 player. So it's a top 10 player. So of course, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm basically going to say, yeah, Anish was really good as Mr. Bean, but he also was not very good as Mr. Bean. So there's your answer. Nice try though. Trying to get me to eliminate one of the top 10 players from that video on YouTube. Good one. Yeah, they run 7 minutes of ads on the chess.com channel, so that's the reason for it. But anyway, was it Gary Kimovich? No, it was not Gary Kasparov. But anyway, yeah, am I the favorite in SCC? I don't know. I mean, I like my pairings, but not sure. So we'll see. At any rate, we're waiting for the next game to begin. Should I buy AMD? I mean, hasn't AMD had a ridiculous run up to like 140 or something? I mean, AMD's basically done what Nvidia's done. No, no, it's 150. Holy Jesus. 152. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, I mean AMD and Nvidia have just been insane lately. I mean both of those stocks are just like crazy, 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 crazy. Absolutely insane. Yeah, absolutely insane. I mean just insane. But anyway, all right, so yeah. Thank you, Tyronicus the first for the 7 months. Thank you so much to Tyronicus the first. Appreciate it. Thank you so much thank you so much for the 7 months, man. Thank you. Who's the favorite? In which match? In this match? I mean, Magnus would be the favorite, but Magnus actually lost in the semifinals last year to Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. So no, it's been one decisive game for both players and two draws, I believe. I think two draws. Yeah, that's why it's 2-2. 4 games. 4 games so far. Anyway, Magnus was not informed. No, I mean Magnus is always the favorite. Every match he plays is the favorite until he loses, frankly. So there is that. But at any rate, he did lose in the semis. He's not playing here. Am I a board member? No, I don't own any stock. I don't own any shares of chess.com. So no. Ethereum 4800 also pretty insane. But yeah, everything's just going up. What can you say? Everything just goes up. Just up and away, basically. 2-2 is, yeah, I would say for Duda's big edge is going to be in the 3+1 and 1+1. That's what I would say. Yeah. I would say Duda's a big favorite in 3-1 and 1-1. 5-1 is where Anish has the best chances, so Anish needs to get a big score. If Anish doesn't get a big score in 5-1, I think he's a big underdog. I don't have any crypto advice. No, I don't. Would Magnus play if not for the championship match? I don't think so. I actually doubt that somehow. I think that he would. I think that he wouldn't. He wouldn't. No. Thank you to Polanda for the 8 months. Thank you so much to Polanda for the 8 month resub. Thank you so much to Polanda. Appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, Artemiev is now number 3 in Blitz after MVL lost a ton of games. Yeah, Blitz is always very tough. I said it before, like with the K factor so high, if you have one bad event, you can lose like 50 to 100 points very, very easily. So it's very, very tricky. It would be amazing, so amazing if Magnus wasn't affiliated with Chess 24. Well, I mean, I think it's a great pity, but it is what it is. Is the food free with TSM? Yes, it is free. But this is not from TSM. This is my own food from home. I went out, I bought myself a papaya, a banana. You just cut it all up with a fork and a knife, and yeah, and just you bring it to TSM and eat. Mm. Yeah, this papaya is very, very good. I really like it. Very, very good. Also, Arjun gained a lot of points, right? He gained like 100 points. Yeah. Mm. Magnum takes every event better. Hope we'll be back for the SCC. Yeah. No, of course. No, Papaya. Yeah, I lost points when I won the St. Louis Blitz. I did. I won 6 games. I drew 12, and I lost points. But I mean, it's what it is. Why you guys papagang me? I mean, what? Papaya is just a classic fruit. Okay, the game has started. Let's start the clock. Let me adjust the scene. Okay, here we go. Okay, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, d4, standard stuff, just castle c4, classic Grunfeld here. Knight c3, queen b3, a4 is also a move here. See what Duda's idea is. So it's 2-2 right now. Does Carlson not play? No, Magnus is not playing the SCC, no. Yeah, maybe knight c6 here, maybe knight b4. Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think I watched it a long time ago. I thought it was just a weird movie. But yeah. Yeah, what are you guys talking about? It's Papaya. What are you saying? Is no, I'm pronouncing it correctly. You guys got it all wrong. It's Papaya. It's like, isn't it like a fruit? It's like, is it a tropical fruit? Yeah. Yeah, it's like a it's from the tropics. Yeah, it's from the tropics. That's what I thought it was. Yeah. Yeah, papaya. It's great. You should definitely try some. Anyway, keep going. Knight 2 is played here. Yeah. Probably knight takes a2, rook takes a2 is good. There's also queen takes a2. Oh man, you guys. Poor chat falling for it again. The only way that I troll, the only thing that I really troll on is literally word pronunciations. Oh man, you guys, you actually believe me. No, of course it's papaya. Come on. You really think that, like, in all my travels I've never had it before? I've never heard the word? I mean, come on, let's be serious. Oh, you poor people. Poor people. All right. I thought you knew we were all wrong. No, of course I was trolling everybody. But yeah, everybody forgets that I'm not being literal. And so when I butcher a word, thank you so much, Alsu Chest, for the $15. Thank you so much, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, chat. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I do pretty consistently is I'll butcher a word horribly. I'll butcher a word horribly, and then everyone just gets raging. They're like, you don't pronounce this way, you pronounce it that way. It's like when I was the other day. I was saying there's this Italian GM. His name is Luca Morani. That's what I was saying his name was, and there were a lot of people who were mad about that because his name, of course, is Moroni. It's not Morani. But a lot of people were like getting mad at me for that too. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so let's see. So e6 is played. Bishop d6, maybe e3. It looks very dry position. Symmetrical pawns everywhere. Very, 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 very dry position. I think it's going to be a draw. Americanized pronunciation, well, it's Moroni, if I want to be really, really, like, really fancy schmancy Italian. But yeah. Oh yeah, I also did the other one, right? I said tomato. Although tomato is actually appropriate. If you're in the UK, you can say tomato. And if you're Gordon Ramsay, you say tomato too, as everybody knows. But yeah, I think this is very equal. Maybe just rook c. No, you don't want to trade. Maybe h6 g5 makes sense here. But yeah, how do we spice it up? Well, computer says g5 is actually good for black. That's one way to spice this up. What about potato? Yeah, potato. Anyway, yeah, let's see. Okay, so f6, maybe knight e1, knight d3, knight c5 makes sense here. That's what I would play it for. Black closes the diagonal, so I don't really love this move because you shut it down by putting the pawn in front of the bishop now. There's knight d2, knight d6, of course. Obvious, very logical move. Thank you to Polar V1 for the prime. Thank you so much to Polar V1. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the prime, man. Appreciate it. You're the best. Okay, there's rook c5 here. There's also h3 maybe. Pretty flat position, I would say. Pretty flat position. Polo V1, I don't know. Polo V1 is a sub of the channel. Anyway. Rook c5 has to be the right move. Okay, so Anish plays for the draw instead with rook c1. Very dull idea. This is probably going to be a draw. Big surprise there, but this is going to be a draw. Do I measure how much I eat? No, but this is how much fruit's in my thingy. So I don't know. It's like, I think it's one papaya, one banana, and one pear. Yeah. One parrot? Yeah. Yeah. Carrot? I didn't say carrot. I didn't say carrot. Is that a snack or a meal? I mean, this is all. I mean, I have this and I have a piece of salmon. Or no, sorry, a piece of mahi in my fridge, and that's all the food I have to survive the next 10 hours. Um, Papaya smells like sewage. I don't know how you eat it. What? Smells like sewage? What? Smells fine to me. The smell's completely fine. I don't know, you guys. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're trolling me. Okay, so black looks better. I am gonna play blitz later on, obviously. But it looks like black is a little bit better because he's got a better queen. Central pawns, white can't break with e4. Maybe f3, bishop f2, e4, but that feels very slow. I think Anish is in some trouble here. Yeah, maybe knight d6, knight c4. COVID can't smell right. Thank you to What Mind Goblin for the 6 months. Appreciate it. Thank you so much to What Mind Goblin. Probably knight d6 here. Wants to put it on c6 to hit b4 and d4 potentially. Both these squares. This is the whole point. You know What Mind Goblin again for 6. Do I know if Alpha Zero is going to analyze? I don't know. Probably bishop e4 or knight c6. I don't know which order is best, but some combo of these two moves should be pretty good for black. That's what I would say. There's also bishop b4 here and knight c6. I mean, I think black is better here. It's just a question of which line makes the most sense. There were 2 decisive games. Giri 1-1 and Duda 1-1. Oh, Alpha Zero team replied they won't analyze. Okay. Yeah. Which player do I consider as my main opponent in the SCC? I mean, all of them are very strong, so we'll see. Anish, by the way, getting low on time. 28 seconds. Duda is 225. Very, very problematic here. I think Duda is going to win this game and take the lead. I think Duda is going to win this game. You know what? I'm going to be bold. What's the saying? Fortis Fortuna Juvat. So I'm going to say that Duda wins this game. Duda is going to win this game. Let's mark it up. Let's see. Thank you to Twitch Chameleon for the 5 months. Yeah, I think so. B6 here and then knight a2. Knight a2 is a big problem here. Knight a2, of course. Oh wait, there's bishop a5 maybe. Wait, maybe not so easy. I think I should not have marked this up as a win. I should not have marked this up. That was very premature because now knight a2, bishop a5 takes queen c1, queen e2, bishop b4. I mean, maybe it's still good for black. I don't know. Yeah, queen c1, queen e2. Oh, he goes there. Because queen e2 can still take on b3. Actually, I kind of like this by Duda. Even though the computer hates it, I kind of like it. Maybe bishop b4 here just to cut off all the squares. Or h5 or g. Maybe g4. Maybe knight e2, bishop b4. I kind of like g4, knight h4, and just bishop e4, and the knight's out to lunch. Goes here. Okay. Also a very good move, by the way. Bishop b5 and then g4. No, Duda is going to win this game. No, Duda is going to win this game. I'm pretty confident in that. Still complicated, though. Still very complicated. Duda's got a minute on the clock, though. Give some subs if I'm wrong. Sure, I'll give 5 subs. If I'm wrong, I'll give 5. How's that? I hate bishop b3. I mean, I'm gonna be wrong here. Yeah, Duda just flubbed this completely. Totally flubs this. Duda might even lose here. There's knight g2, knight f4. This is actually kind of scary. Queen e1. Wait. Queen takes e1. That's just a free knight. You go to h6 and bishop g7 and you win the game. There's no bishop d3 or white would be winning, but bishop g7. Now bishop d1, bishop f3 is brutal here. This is brutal. Bishop d1 is brutal. Oh man. Okay, so no subs, you guys. You'll have to spend your own money to sub. Or if you want to sub for free, you guys, you might not know this, but oddly enough, Amazon owns Twitch. So because Amazon owns Twitch, if you do happen to have Amazon Prime, you can connect your Amazon Prime to Twitch Prime and subscribe free to one channel every single month. So instead of having to pay $5 for a tier 1 sub, you can use that Prime and it's $0. It does not auto renew, let me remind you. So make sure to use it every single month. Take money out of Amazon's pocket and put it in the pocket of hardworking streamers. But make sure to use that Prime, you guys. Again, there's no downside. All you do is take money away from Amazon. And Lord knows Amazon stock is up today, I believe. So Amazon stock is up. They're what are they? 30. Oh no, they're down 35.16. So maybe they do need your money. But Amazon, as everybody knows, they are a nearly $2 trillion company. Take those $5 away from Jeff Bezos and put it in the pocket of hardworking streamers. Thank you to Tafel for the 4, Sios for the Prime. Thank you to Santiago for the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But they need more money. Hikaru, they only have $2 trillion. Right, exactly. Yes, they need more money. Yeah, they need much more money. But yeah, if everybody used Prime, I bet Amazon would have to do away with it at some point. Or maybe not even everybody, but if like 75% of people who have Amazon Prime start using it on Twitch, they'd probably have to stop doing it because it actually hurt their bottom line. Maybe Afronio for the Prime. Thank you so much to Afronio. Probably take here. White's king is not great, but white can just manually castle. King e2, rook d1, f1, g1. That's going to be the idea. Right now it's probably like 1%. So yeah, I mean, probably like 5% of people use it. Streaming isn't as easy as people like Hikaru make it look. No, streaming is not easy. I mean, 9 hours every day, it's not easy. No, I mean, I mean, like actually booting up is not super hard, but keeping everybody engaged, talking for 6, 7, 8 hours straight, like it's very, very difficult, and you have to be entertaining on top of that. So it's, I mean, a lot of people think it's just like, oh, you just, open OBS, create your scene, just hit the start button, but there's a lot more to it. Thank you, Jesus Dust, for the 9 months. Thank you so much, Jesus Dust. Appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah. All right, let's see. So G4 is played here by Duda. He's going all in, trying to attack on the king side here. Very aggressive idea. Very aggressive. Thank you to Namas Gallery for the 13. Thank you. It's CQ Den for the 5 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. So here, rook e8 or g5. I mean, g5 looks... Rook e8 actually looks kind of scary. Computer likes, but I think after g5 doesn't feel right. I mean, I kind of expect Anish to play g5 here. I mean, g5, bishop g3, maybe knight g4. Very complicated. Do I still think I can compete in classical chess? Yes, I do. I definitely do. Hikaru reads all the nonsense we say. The brain damage is higher than the income. Okay, that's funny. That's good. I mean, I think I've more or less kept it together. I don't think I've totally lost my mind yet. No, we're doing Reddit React later, you guys. Thank you to Ben Coppins for the 12 months. Thank you so much. We're doing Reddit later. Yeah, but I don't think I've lost my brain completely yet. Maybe I have. You guys can tell me if I have, but I don't think I have. Maybe I have, though. Okay, so rook e8, g5 played bishop g5. Of course, rook g1, h4 is the idea. There isn't really a clean breakthrough here. Black can just probably size up. That being said, I do feel it's quite scary for black to play here. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to you guys. Talking to you guys. But I want to add something. So if you think you can be a good streamer, here's what I recommend you do. For everybody who thinks it's really easy, just go to the bathroom, go find that mirror, and try talking to your mirror for 6 hours in a row and see if you can do that. And then I think you'll have a little bit more appreciation for how difficult it is to be a full-time streamer. That's what I would recommend. That's the test. Yeah, that's what I recommend you do. Cannot pass this. Just go mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Yeah. True. Does the mirror ask questions right? Yeah, it sounds like a sounds like a good way to end up in the loony bin. There's no chat in the mirror. That's true. That's true. That's true. No, that's a good point. Anyway, all right, let's see. So queen c2 is a move, rook g1's a move here. You know, Mikey Cap for the prime. Thanks so much to Mikey Cap. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. I guess Anisha's trying to chop at the center here. Takes, you take with a knight. Maybe king f1. Actually, it's starting to look kind of ugly for white. King e1 you can take, and bishop b4 check. If you block with the bishop, I go c4. This is actually looking kind of ugly for white. Yeah, I think Duda has done something very wrong here. And he's way down on time. 50 seconds to 3:25. Big problem. Okay, block c4, of course, bishop f5. And there's maybe knight e4, maybe c3 as well. A lot of options. There's a right triangle here as well. Yeah, Duda is leading with the odds are 3-1. I mean, I think Duda is the favorite. That's my guess. Should be the favorite, but again, we'll see. We'll see. Top 3 predictions. Top 3. What do you mean? I mean, I don't have predictions. I mean, I would say that I think I think all the matches are likely going to be close. That's what I would say. My top prediction is that I win it all. We'll see. We'll see. Favorite stonk right now? I don't have a favorite song. I'm not an advisor, so I can't make a recommendation. I don't have a favorite song. I mean, the only thing I would say is recently I've been looking at like airlines, travel, and casino type companies. So my instinct is that those might be a little bit undervalued, but other than that, I don't have anything. Okay, so black is better here. Probably don't take. What? Wait, what? No, that was just me, right? Oh no, that was just me. Okay, I just made that move on the board. I was like, what's going on? Okay, rook g1 played. Suing you when I go all in on weekly calls. I didn't even say anything. That's all I've been looking at, but yeah. So g6, probably you take on e4 here. I think takes a knight d2 makes sense. Do I compete? I'm not competing today, but I will be competing on Friday against Peter Savitler. That's what I'm playing. Probably you take with a pawn and go for f5. Rook takes also makes sense, but there's maybe knight d2 and h4, like knight d2, h4, h5. There's a lot of pressure, so probably you should take with a pawn is my instinct. No, I play on Friday, you guys. Yeah, maybe queen. Okay, rook c8, maybe knight b1 and knight c3 even. Kind of slow, but I'm wondering if white can get away with knight b1, knight c3 here. He does try it. Wow. Okay, so Duda does try to get away with it. He wants to go knight c3. Okay, rook h1, of course. Goes rook g2, bishop. Actually, wait. This is starting to look very sketchy for. This is starting to look very sketchy for Anish. Or it was until he allowed queen f6. I thought if white moves the bishop to like h4, f6, it starts looking kind of scary for black. But yeah, he missed this. So now queen f3, king f1, and bishop d6, and black is much better. Still is queen e2, I suppose. But Anish should win this. I'd be a little bit surprised if he doesn't. Do you think there are a lot more dangerous players in the SCC? Objectively, yes. But again, the pairings are what they are. Yeah, rook h8. This is game over. Rook h8. Probably rook h2 and just rook h8 makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he's gonna go. Oh wait, now it's getting tricky again. Wait, there's a d6 trick. Yeah, but now you can take and take on f2. Oh wait, takes are still queen f3. Wait, it's still tricky. Most dangerous player. I mean, Nepo was very, very dangerous. Oh, he blunders rook f2. Oh yeah, rook f2. Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be 3-3. Let me update the score. Very, very tight match. 3-3. 20 minutes left in the portion. You can obviously just trade and bring the king in. Yeah, rook d8 and bring the king in. Yeah, I mean, I would say like Nepo is. Alpha Smart says, hey, do you think it's a smart play to go all in tomorrow on OTM puts on Tesla? I mean, I have no comment on that. I think a JP 29,265 for the prime. F5 rook d6 is fine. Yeah, rook d6, rook d7, rook d3. Very, very good for black. Rook d3 is good. Rook d3, rook c6, rook d7. Every move wins here basically, but these are the two safe ones. I'm gonna try to ever get in the candidates again. Of course I'll try. This one, however, I'm not thrilled. I mean, g5 f4 is winning, but like, okay, now I mean g5 and f4. Yeah, f4. Yeah, king comes in. Very simple win for Anish. But yeah, I would say that I would say that like Nepo was really on fire at the end of the candidates. I thought he played really good chess. So like he was really good, but he hasn't played in so long. It feels like that it's hard to judge where he's at exactly. That's what I would say. And so Ali Reza, of course, won great tournament. He didn't beat any of the top players, to be fair. I mean, that's not to take anything away from his result, but Ali Reza did not beat any of the top players. I think he drew MVL, he lost to Fabiano, and he play any other 27s or not? Who did who did yeah, Howell, but Howell, I mean Howell obviously can get red hot, but Howell is 2660. I mean, to be fair. Oh, he played Yu Yangi? Wait. Ali Reza played Yu Yangi? I don't remember that game. Oh, he did? Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, they drew. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I didn't follow the tournament super close, so it's not shocking. I missed it somewhere in the middle. But okay. Yeah. Yeah, so 97, probably just C3 or rookie 1 here. Round 2 or 3, yeah, it makes sense. One of the early rounds when I wasn't really following the tournament. But I did not follow the tournament super closely. Okay, bishop G5 here, probably C3, maybe rookie 1. I think there are only going to be 2 more games in this portion of the 5+1. I doubt there are going to be more. Okay, white can play C3. Black's playing for C5 here. You got to go C5, surely. But C5, C3, and black has issues kind of with development here. Can't really just you want to go bishop e7 and castles, but here I'll trade and go knight g5 and big problems with h5. Yeah, so let's see. Well, he goes c4, queen a4. Okay, I like this idea. Pressure on d4, maybe c4 to trade queens also. Yeah. But fair is fair at his age. He came out clear on top stands. You have to give him credit. All he can do is beat who's in front of him. Yeah, that's the thing I would say. Like that's always what I would say is, yes, maybe he got easy pairings at certain times. He got like the double whites in the critical rounds. But the fact is, it's an open tournament. Somebody's got to get lucky with the pairings. And if you get those pairings, you just have to make the most of them. And that's I think the most important thing to keep in mind at the end of the day. That's what I would say. Because I mean, I know there are gonna be people that be like, well, you know, Ali Reza, look, he got those double whites against Sasakiran and whoever else it was. But again, it's an open tournament, and the pairings are what they are. And you just if you get the pairings, you have to make the most of it, and he did. Have I ever beaten Magnus? Yeah. He was not lucky with pairings. Fabios. Well, he got a double white when he was leading the tournament, which really was confusing to me. He got the double white where he beat did he beat Sasakiran and then get the double white against oh no, he beat someone with white and then he got the double against Sasakiran. Who was it? He beat someone with white to take the lead in the tournament, and then he got a double white after that, which actually looked kind of odd. But No, it wasn't Sassy and Hell. It was early in the tournament. He got white against. Oh, he beat Nair. Yes, he beat Nair in that crazy long end game. And then he was leading the turn by half point. He got a double white there, and he played Sasakirn. And of course, he won that game. And the rest is history, as they say. So I mean, you could say the colors are definitely a little bit of luck, but again, as I would say, the fact is you can only do what you can do with the pairings you get, and he definitely played well in those games and won the tournament. So plain and simple. Okay, C494. Like I could also give you an example. Like there was a tournament that I played. Like there was a tournament that I played against. Who was it against? I played Gibraltar, and in the second to last round I won with white when I was trailing, and then in the final round I got the double white against David Anton Giaro, and I beat him to win the tournament. So I mean, in classical chess, everything like I mean, someone's in classical chess in a Swiss event, someone's gonna get the lucky double white or the pairings, and you just have to make the most of those pairings, and he did. Thank you to Fairy Squad Mother for the Prime. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see. C4 maybe or Bishop E7. Duda has been thinking forever, it feels like. How long has Duda been thinking for? Has Duda been thinking for like a minute or something? I feel like I've been talking and nothing has happened. Yeah, Duda just took 53 seconds on that move. Wow. That's a lot of time. Okay, so white can trade bishops, maybe king g2. I think Nihal was unlucky. He was getting tough opponents still, did not lose a single game. I mean, a Swiss tournament, like there's going to be luck and unluck. Like luckiness and unluckiness. Like you could say like Levon, for example. He got some really unpleasant pairings as well, where like he never got the right black against the right opponent. So like he was always struggling. Like he had a tough game with black against Demchenko, tough game with black, which he lost to Volakitin. Like he never got the right pairing when he needed to win with black. So I mean, that's just the nature of Swiss tournaments, and you can only make the most of the pairings you get. And like Ali Reza, yeah, you can say probably he got like the double whites. That was really fortunate at that moment. But again, he converted. He played the best chess, so you can't really be critical. Fabiano and Ferrugia qualified, maybe not so random. I mean, that's relative. There were a lot of 2,700 plus players who were missing, I would say. So it wasn't necessarily the strongest event ever, but they obviously played the best chess. I'm saying you can win a big tournament just on luck. No, but if you get the right pairings at the right moments, like you get like a double white at the right moment, or like you get this certain, somebody who plays stylistically very dry versus someone who's very aggressive and dangerous, it can make a slight difference. Like Levon, if he gets some other players, maybe he wins a game with black and then he's in there with white at the end. But I felt like Levon got the most dangerous players with when he had the black pieces, and he was a very and he was very lucky to survive against Demchenko, and then he also, he just got crushed by Volakitin. So it's just like, yeah, it's just the luck of the draw. There's nothing else to be said. Okay, so black looks like he's doing okay here. Black's got to connect 4, f7 to c4, connect 3 here as well. So it's pretty stable. Can't wait for Bullet. I think in Bullet, I would assume that Duda has a big advantage. I mean, you can't really speculate. Like, so one question, like I said this before, like I kind of really wish I had played the US Championship, because I felt like based on what I saw in terms of scores and who won the event, I thought I might have been able to win that event if I had played. In a Swiss tournament, you can't really do the same thing because the pairings are so random. Everything is very much up in the air, so you have no way really of judging what would happen. So it's like when someone says, well, hey, like if Grishuk plays, maybe he doesn't win. Yeah, but it's a Swiss tournament and you just can't speculate like that. You just can't speculate. It's just like in a Swiss tournament, you can't speculate. All right. King f8, king g7 will be played. Anish now is deep in the tank. Both players I feel like are playing really, really slow chess here. Really, really slow chess. Why is there speed chess in the candidates? There is no speed chess. Thank you to Martz from the UK for the 2 months. Thank you so much to Martz from the UK. I appreciate it. Might I play the Grand Prix? I mean, if I get a wild card, probably. Apparently, there's some rule that you have to have played some games, which I'm pretty confident is some kind of rule specifically directed towards me, because it literally does not affect anybody else. Feels like one of those little FIDE rules that maybe is aimed at me very specifically. But if I do get a wild card, probably I will play. That's what I would say. Probably. Again, depends where they're holding it, certain things like that, but probably. I'm qualified by rating, yeah, but apparently they put in some rule that you have to have played 9 games by the end of 2021. That's what they said. So I mean, that doesn't affect anybody else. Literally doesn't affect anybody else. So that's what I would say about it. Um, all right. So probably rook b8 and rook b2 is a move here. What else can black play? I mean, rook b8 actually allows knight h5, so you have to be careful of that. Knight g8. Okay, does it? I guess if you take and play knight h6, still it's holding for black here. FIDE strikes back. Yeah, it affects Ding Liren. Ding Liren played the candidates. Oh, Ding has only played 7. It affects Ding Liren and Vichy too. I forgot about Vichy, although I think Vichy at this point has kind of I think Vichy at this point is somewhat, I think Vichy's like semi-retired. Okay, knight h6 is played here, probably knight g8. Maybe knight g6 here. Maybe rook h8. Is that 9-game rule new? They've never applied before. I've never seen a rule like that. To me, the reason it seems very peculiar to have a rule like that is specifically because of the times that we're living in, where like people like Ding, for example, I think he just can't travel and play. FIDE hasn't played 9 games. He only played 8 in the World Cup. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so queen g5, knight g6, queen f6, king g8. Black is just up a piece here. I think Anish is going to lose this game. This looks like another loss. Why 9? Probably because 9 rounds is the number for a normal Swiss tournament. Normally, like a Swiss tournament is just like 9 games. That's probably the reason. That's my guess. That's the only reason I can think they came up with 9. Vichy is not playing in Kolkata. Vichy is the ambassador for the tournament in Kolkata, so he's not actually playing. So that's what I think is happening. Yeah, I should just go find some turn. I should just go arrange a match against my mods, play my mods 9 games, and then I'm active, right? Is that what you guys are saying? Yeah. All right. So black is better, but it's not easy to prove here. Maybe knight f5 and queen e7. Wait, actually, you can't go here. So actually, knight f5 and queen e7 just looks great for black, and he plays knight f5. Yeah, yeah. I think queen e7 is very strong here. Maybe rook g8. I think Anish is on the brink of losing this game, but it's not guaranteed. If a match is going on the time runs, that game counts, you guys. That game will count. When all is said and done, that game will count, and they will play it out. So it does matter. FIDE qualified for the World Cup will still affect him. Well, FIDE hasn't played 9 games, though, as someone pointed out. So FIDE hasn't played 9 games. If FIDE hasn't played 9, yeah, I should play FIDE because FIDE's rating and my rating are the same. We should meet somewhere in Europe and play a 9-game match and make 9 brilliant draws, right? just meet up. We just meet up somewhere, and just we'll show up. We'll just like we'll just make nine draws in the Berlin. Okay. Maybe rook c2 is good here. Anish is losing in this game, by the way. d4. Oh, and there's queen g3. Oh, yeah, queen g3, and you get the fork. Will he see it? Ooh, ouch. Ouchies for Anish. That is a big ouchie. Anish resigns. They're gonna play one more game. Last game of the 5+1 portion. Yeah, brutal game. So g3, bishop g7, d5 is playable. Bishop g7 castles. Same rating, yeah, something like. Oh, they're both 3019, aren't they? Exact same rating, yeah. No, Anish is good at 5+. I mean, Anish is good at 5-1, 3-1, and 1-1 at least online. I don't think he's as good. Over the board, I think he can play great. But online, I think he's not quite as strong. That's what I would say. Maybe e5 here. Okay, h5. I guess knight f3 is a move here. Maybe h4 as well. Guys, I'm not going to talk about Hearthstone right now. Okay, thank you. Probably h3 here. I would also say when you guys asked about Hearthstone, just one quick thing about that. Like Gary was saying, he's never played games or something as well, and that was kind of a little bit suspect. Little bit suspect to me. So, little bit suspect. So probably white can play like a4 here, maybe c5. Maybe rook e1 is a move. Looks pretty balanced. White's probably a little bit better here. A little bit better here. What is black gonna play? Maybe knight e4. If Magnus hadn't existed, who do you think would have dethroned Vichy? I don't know actually. I don't. Maybe Levon. I think Levon might have beaten Vichy in a match. I think Levon could have beaten. Levon had a really good score against Vichy for a long time. Maybe knight e4 is a move here. Maybe e5 is a move. But yeah, I would say my record against Anand also is pretty good. But I feel like Levon always was Levon was like always really punishing Vichy. When Levon had white, there were like I felt like there were a lot of brutal losses for Vichy. So I think Levon would be who I say if Magnus wasn't around to beat him. I think it would have been Levon, because at that time Levon was like clear number 2 in the world, I would say. So probably Levon. That's who I would have picked to win against Vichy in a match if Magnus wasn't there. Need a Boonce AK for the prime thing. So much Boonce AK. Vichy did beat Levon in that miniature. Yes, there was that very classic game that Vichy won in 2013. But I would say overall, I recall a lot of games where Levon was just like Levon was really playing well against Vichy. All right, so let's see. So bishop b4 is played here. Idea to take d2. If g4 takes, you can take with the bishop or the knight. Looks pretty good for black. There might be something with knight e4 or bishop e4. Looks pretty good for black. Objectively, just great bishop. Maybe g5, maybe h4, maybe e5. Black has all the breaks in the position, so I assume that it should be better for black. That's my guess. Any collab with FIDE coming up? Not that I know of. He played Blitz, right? Why always from Giri's perspective? No, it's not only coverage, you guys, but this is a fun match. And it's going to be very, very close, I think, coming down to the wire. So we're going to cover this. I will play Blitz later. I will probably go back to the bullet speed run at some point later. I obviously have puzzles. I think I'm somewhere near 90. So I will go back to puzzles at some point as well. Let me just double check that on my other monitor. Let's see. Yeah, puzzles. I'm still. I'm at 85. So I will keep. I will do that a little bit later on. We also have we also have some other stuff. We have a daily chess. I will get back to that as well. We also have Reddit too. I forgot about Reddit. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. It's just why not sure from White's perspective? Yeah, I could. I'll change it at the break. At the break after this portion ends, I will cover it that way. That's what I would say. I'll cover it from Duda's point of view for the 3+1. Yeah, I've got like 10 other things to do. Tomorrow we do have Title Tuesday. Yes, we have Title Tuesday tomorrow. There's also another SCC that I will cover. So again, it'll be a pretty busy day. A lot of content to deal with. Would I prefer black or white here? I was gonna say I preferred black for a while. Now, because of the way the pawn structure is, I think I would I think now because of the pawn structure, I think that it's probably still better for black, but it's not as clear cut. If f3 here, I think just bishop f5. There might be g4 here. If takes bishop e6, there's rook h1. I think white's maybe okay. Rook h1 here. I think actually white's starting to turn this around now. There's some e4, knight e6, queen h6 coming in here. I think e4 makes a lot of sense because now there's going to be a queen h6 move here. There also might be a knight d3 followed by e4 move as well with queen h6. Knight d3 and e4 also make some sense here. From best song to worst song ever, like I said, Spotify is just like frozen, so it's frozen, so I can't really do anything. It's just playing the songs. I'm not gonna like close it and try to reboot it, because it might not reopen at all, and then we have no music, and that would be really, really bad. Oh, actually, wait, I will have to, won't I? When I do Reddit React, I'll have to. Actually, when I do Reddit React, we'll see. I'll have to stop it when we do Reddit React, I think. So I'll basically do Reddit React really late in the stream then, I guess. Just sing your own music, exactly. So Queen E7 here, I guess. E4 Rook H8. Well, this isn't my PC. This is the PC here at TSM. This is not my personal PC. Okay, Queen D2 is played. Probably Rook H8 here. C1. Game is, I mean, this looks very balanced. There are 2 minutes left in this portion. This will be the final game. This will be the final game of the 5+1. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I guess black can maybe play like F5 here to open it up. It's kind of a scary move because of knight F4. Maybe G5 F5. Okay, Rook A8 is a very weird move. I think Duda will probably just trade the rooks and go Rook H1 and look to draw the game. That makes the most sense here. Who's harder to beat in Blitz in your opinion, Duda or Anish? I mean, definitely, if you mean like in a one-off game or a match, it means different things. If you mean a one-off game, Anish is much harder to beat because his repertoire is so solid. So he's much harder to beat in a one-off game. Because Duda plays a lot of openings all over the place, plays a lot of wild openings, and so therefore there's gonna be a lot of variance, and there will be a lot of decisive games. So I would say in a one-off game, I think that that Anish is a lot harder to beat. In a match, I would say that beating Duda though is a lot harder than beating Anish. Because Duda is just very crafty, always finds creative ideas, and like in the match I played against him last year, he was really, really resourceful. So very, very tough opponent is what I would say. However, in this position, I think that this looks very good for Anish. Rook H8, maybe Knight F6 at some moment. I think Anish is probably winning. Probably Rook H8 here, I assume. Yep. Okay. This is starting to go downhill. Rook H4. Queen H4, Rook G3, Rook G2. I guess if White gets Queen G1, Knight F4, maybe White can hold. There's also Knight F6. Oh, Knight F6, Knight F4, though. Maybe takes Knight F6, but then Bishop G6. Still tricky. Am I gonna play on Ishis here? Well, I think if I make it through, if one of these guys makes it through this match and they make it to the semis, I will play one of them in the semifinals, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So there is a chance. Time is up, yeah. So time is up. I'll just reset the clock. Time is up. So this is going to be the final game. Let me just adjust it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, 4.7 seconds. Anish should win this game. Yeah, there's Queen G1 or Knight F4. Okay, Queen G1. G5, F4 maybe. Still Knight F4. How's there no win? Knight H5, he just takes. There might be some Bishop D3. What about Bishop D3 here? A C5. I mean, this must be winning. C5 here. Oh, there's Knight E2. Oh no, then Knight H5. Wait, how does White's? This must be winning somehow. Bishop E4, for example, just wins. Oh wait, no, there's Knight E6. Oh my gosh, Knight E6 was winning. Oh my gosh, we're both idiots. Knight E6 is winning here. Oh wow, that's a huge miss. Oh, that's a huge miss. So they end the portion 4-4. Whoa. Okay. Wow. All right, you guys. So that is going to be the next break. So the match is currently tied 4-4 after the 5+1. Coming up next is going to be the 3+1. It's 1 hour of 3+1, and that's 30 minutes of 1+1. So I'm gonna take my break, go to the restroom. We're gonna come right back and keep rolling right along. I'll be back in a second. All right, everyone, we're back. What did we miss? Am I proud of Dania? What do you mean? Did I miss something? Did Dania do something? Maybe I missed it. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much to all you guys for the support. Really appreciate it. We're 4 subs away from 6,000. So once again, if you guys do have Amazon Prime, make sure to use your Amazon Prime, connect it to Twitch Prime, and subscribe free to one channel every single month, you guys. So instead of having to pay $5 for a sub, you can sub for free. Make sure to use it if you haven't already. It does not auto renew. Take money away from Amazon and put it in the pockets of hard working streamers. Make sure to use that Prime. Doesn't have to be my channel, but make sure that you use it and you take money out of Amazon's pocket. 100%. It's the best thing you can do. All right. Thank you so much to Flow4X for the Prime. Thank you to ASD Dazda for the Prime. Thank you so much, you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Danny's been playing really good chess recently. He actually, that's a little bit deceptive because he had the one good game against Fabiano, but he did finish second to last in the US Championship. So he had a really good game against Fabiano, but overall it was not a great event for Dania. So it's a little bit deceptive because you see that result, that one game, you're like, he's playing really, really good chess, but overall it was not a great result for Dania objectively. All right, so I think there's a short break here of a couple of minutes, then we're gonna keep rolling along with the 3-1 portion and then the bullet. Would I prefer this event have no increment? No, I like increment. Actually, I do like increment. I thought it was an okay result, I guess. I mean, I don't know based on ratings where he should have finished, but I don't know. Somehow I would have expected him to finish higher than second to last. That's what I would say. I would have expected him to finish higher. Do I wear contacts? No, I don't wear contacts, you guys. 3-minute games with 1 second added per move. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say that. I mean, it's okay, but I would have expected him to finish higher. Benjamin broke the record for solving the most puzzles. Yes, I did see that. A big shout to Benjamin for breaking that record. It was 247, which I think smashed the record, right? What was the old record? Was it like 218, right? Yeah. So yeah. I haven't had LASIK either. I choose not to wear glasses. That's the reason. I feel like increment allows you to stall a lot if you're up on the score, maybe, but you only really can stall in the bullet portion. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense otherwise. So that's what I was saying. Yeah. I had LASIK, totally worth it. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously you can do it. I just know a couple people who had they had issues, they had like actual complications from it. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to do it for that exact reason. That's why I'm very hesitant to do it. Is Duda winning? No, it's 4-4, you guys. 4-4 as they move into 3-1 portion. So long way to go. Long way to go. Yeah, 2017 SCC. I played from South Africa. I was playing from a ballroom in front of like 100 people. Very bad idea. Very bad idea. I never should have done it, but yeah. So I say, so we're gonna wait for the next game to start. Should actually let me look at it from Duda's point of view. So let's see. Let's follow this from the other point of view. Okay, so we'll watch from Duda's point of view this time. Anish could surprise. Yeah, 3+1 definitely. 1+1, I think it's fairly unlikely, but certainly, yeah, 3+1, it is possible for sure. Thank you, FF Flores, for the 3 months. Thank you so much to FF Flores. Appreciate it. Thank you for the resub, man. So yeah, that's just what I would say. Who is white to start? I don't know. I'm not sure what the colors are going to be. Thank you to 4C5 for the tier 1. Thank you so much to 4C5 for the tier 1. I think that crosses 6,000. Thank you so much to 4C5 for the sub. Appreciate it. Once again, over 6,000 subs. Thank you so much, you guys, for all love and support. You're all really amazing. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Or it's 6,037. Maybe I don't know if it's 6,001 or 6,037. Moobot says 6,037. But anyway, yeah. Thank you so much to the more than 6,000 of you guys who have subbed to the channel. Thank you so much. All right, so they should be starting momentarily. I think it's a 6-minute break if I'm not mistaken. Am I gonna face Duda on the next round? Oh, I thought I faced. I thought I was on the other half. I didn't look closely at the bracket, but maybe I'm on the other half. But yeah, I think I'm on the other half. Am I gonna play some blitz? Yes. Later on, I will play some blitz. Yeah. Later on, I'm definitely gonna play some blitz for sure. Sub record was I think about 13,000 in December of 2020. I could be wrong, but I think the sub record was it was 13,000 on January 8th of 2021. Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, RA4 NAM for 2 months. Thank you. No, I faced the Vidler, and then I thought it was Ironian. I thought next round was the winner of the Ironian Dubov match. But I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to cover this. We'll obviously do daily chess. We will try to finish the bullet speed run. What else do we have? We have some daily games. We have Puzzle Rush. So a lot of stuff coming up. Is there a chance we'll be playing FIDE Grand Prix 2022? Not 100% sure. Actually, I do have a link to that. So let me open this as well. We have a little bit of time. Okay, so I'm gonna read this article very briefly while we go through it. Let me change the scene. 1 second. Let me put it here. Okay. Can actually make it bigger. Okay, let's make this really big so everybody can see it. Okay. They have the scope, the GP series format. We'll go through this very quickly. GP series shall consist of 3 Grand Prix tournaments, here and after referred to as GP tournaments, held between February 1st and April 5th, 2022. 24 participants shall compete in 3 Grand Prix tournaments. Each player shall participate in 2 out of 3 Grand Prix tournaments. Each Grand Prix tournament is a 16-player event. Tournament system is described, okay, for the purpose of each GP tournament composition, all 24 participants shall be ranked by their rating in the December 2021 FIDE rating list. Then players having the following numbers shall be assigned for GP tournament A, B, and C. Okay. Pretty standard. Let me mute this for a second. We'll get back. Actually, I should start the clock. But we will. I'll get back to the match shortly. But I'm going to read this article at the moment. Okay. What do we have? The players' preferences. Okay. In each GP tournament, every player scores GP points according to her position in the final standings. The winner of the GP series is the player who plays the highest number of cumulative points earned in the 2 tournaments. First, second, so forth. All pretty standard. Qualification, I guess, is the big question. Players who qualify for the GP series are determined according to the following criteria. A, FIDE World Cup 2021. the FIDE Grand Swiss 2021. All players who finished on 8th place or higher who have not qualified for the FIDE World Championship Match 2021 or for the FIDE Kansas Tournament 2022. All right, so this is the reason that there were so many draws in the final round of the Grand Swiss. Is so many players were unsure, so they want to lock in a good amount of money, and additionally, they wanted to lock in a good amount of money. But beyond that, what they wanted to do is they also wanted to have a shot at finishing the top 8. So basically, seeds 3 to 7 on tie breaks, I believe, qualify for the Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken. Standard rating in December 2021 FIDE rating list. Number of players qualified by rating shall be determined by the formula R equals 22. Okay, players qualified. Okay. Only players who participated in the FIDE World Cup 2021 or played at least 9 rated games counted in the standard FIDE rating list from February to December 2021 are eligible. So basically, by putting this, they're basically they prevent players like Ding Liren, who obviously should be able to play the Grand Prix. They prevent Vidit Gujarati, who played 8 games. Of course, it prevents me. It prevents Vishy Anand. It also prevents Grishuk hasn't played 9 games either, has he? I don't think Grishuk has played 9 games either. I mean, it's gonna prevent a lot of people from playing who should be able to play. Vidit played in the World Cup. Sorry, it says players who played in the FIDE World Cup or played 9 games. Yeah, so basically, Ding Liren is not eligible. Anand is not eligible. I'm apparently not eligible. That's 3 players right there. And Grishuk was in the World Cup, true. So it's like, yeah, there are 3 players right there who can't participate. Anish played Norway chess, I believe. Topalov as well. That's 4 players. So yeah, I mean, a lot of players are going to end up getting excluded by this, which I think is just insane. All things being considered, because the fact is, like, during this current situation, I'm pretty confident Ding Liren could not play. I'm pretty sure Ding Liren could not travel outside of China. Candidates was not 9 games though. That's the problem. The candidates was postponed at the pause mark. So no, I mean, Ding did not play 9 games. So that's the thing. It's it's pretty messy. But 1 player nominated by FIDE, 1 player nominated by the organizers. So there is some chance that I guess theoretically I could get in. Vidit played the Bundesliga, which was only 7 games. So yeah, Vidit only played Vichy played the Bundesliga, which is only 7 games. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, yes, theoretically I could go find some way to play a match and get it rated. I think that's kind of wrong to do that personally, but I mean, I could obviously do that. So it's it's all a little bit random. At any rate, let's get back to the chess. Let's unmute this and let's get back to the chess, and we'll keep moving right along. Let me change the scene. There we go. Okay, wait, we have the same opening here, right? It's the same opening played before, which Duda won at the end of the 5+1. So it keeps going. Knight d4, probably knight c5, maybe bishop e7. I know, I like white's position. Both rooks d1 look very, very pleasant here for white. This looks bad for black somehow. I'm not quite sure why, but it feels dubious. Just do it. I mean, like I said, I mean, it doesn't feel right, but of course I could. Okay. Maybe queen a6 is a move here. Maybe queen c7. No, it means by getting rated, which also I think is crazy because everybody played online chess. Everybody played online, like, in many tournaments. So I think that's also kind of insane. It doesn't say classical anywhere in the document. Wait, let me look at this document closely. Wait, you guys are right, actually. I don't think it does say that. Let me see. Does it say that? It says it says FIDE's standard FIDE rating lists. Wait, it doesn't say rating list though. It says standard rating lists. So I mean, I assume that means classical chess, but I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I suspect that's what it means. At any rate, yeah. No, I mean, I think it's kind of insane is what I would say. I think it's insane because Ding is going to get excluded when Ding, I mean, should not be excluded in any way. So yeah, that's just a little bit nuts is what I would say. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just they made rules to force you to play their tournaments. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a suspicious number. I mean, 9 is a very weird number. Like I would have thought the number should be like 20 or something. Go play opens in California, farm some IMs for 9 rounds. I mean, theoretically, yeah, I could do it. There was a Los Angeles Open. Just stop 9 1400s in a local tournament and you're in. Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of bad too. That's kind of bad. I mean, but you know what? I mean, yeah. FIDE is going to nominate Ding, so then yeah, so then I'm the one person, yeah, who gets left out. Yeah, typical. But yeah, go find a 1400. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I could. Maybe I just play one of the Boston guy. I play like Boston Mike. Play a 9-game classical match. I mean, rules are rules. If you play 9 rated games, rules are rules. I could just do it. Yeah, I should do it. It's not the craziest thing ever. I should do it. Yeah, I mean, because it's true. I mean, the rules are ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I do that, and like, I guarantee you, FIDE is going to find some way to discount the event. 100% they will. 100%. Yeah. There's nothing better than doing something ridiculous to prove how ridiculous the rules are. That's actually fair. That's true too. I didn't even see what happened. Somebody won the game. I wasn't paying attention to the game. Right. So basically what happened? So Giri versus Duda. So Duda won that first game. So he's ahead 5-4. Duda won on time. No, Duda's ahead 5-4. Yeah. If you do not do it, someone will do it just for the lulz. Yeah. Why couldn't you get GMs together out at this point together and play? I mean, it'd be very hard to do that. No, I like the idea though. I will say I like the idea. Is there any reasonable reason for the rule? No, it's not. I mean, so the way it feels to me is it feels like it's intentionally to punish people who are not playing the FIDE events, even though the world still is not back to normal. But that's what I would say. Play Levy rated, yeah. But the thing is, like if I played Levy rated, I think Levy loses points to me. That's the thing. Like Levy would lose points if I played him a 9-game match and I beat him 9-0. Whereas if I play like Boston Mike or somebody who's like 17, 1800, I beat them 9-0. They don't lose any points. I don't gain any points. So there's no harm, no foul. Why does it feel like the rule's only for you? Because somehow it seems like the only person who gets affected. I mean, I guess Vishy gets affected too, right? Vishy hasn't played 9 games, so Vishy gets affected as well. But yeah, it seems like that. It might be to exclude retired players. I mean, theoretically, yes, but they could obviously just they could definitely make it in a way so that it very clearly includes certain players. But yeah. See if White goes C3 in castles or not. Vishy played in a league, but that's only 7 games. Vishy didn't play 9 games. He only played 7 games. So Vishy can't play in it either. So yeah. Yeah, I should just play a 9-game match with Boston Mike over like 3 weekends. Yeah. Tempting. It's very tempting actually. Okay, so White can play like E takes F4 and castles, maybe G3. I thought White was better, but now I'm like very confused. There's like Rook F8, E5 this week. Maybe you can castle at some point. Yeah, but the thing is, Vishy played the Bundesliga. It wasn't 9 games. It was 7 games. It wasn't 9. Boston Mike surely has a FIDE rating. Yeah. If you lose 1 game, yeah. But yeah. Maybe like Knight C2, Knight D4 is a move here. St. Louis doesn't count because it wasn't classical chess. That's the reason. If I understand the FIDE rules correctly, Hikaru get plus 0.80 against 1100s. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I'm tempted though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tempted to actually do that. Vishy did not play in the World Cup. No, he did not. Okay, Knight D4 maybe is a move. Knight E3 is a move. Actually, this looks very good for White. Maybe not. Knight H4 takes bishop G6. Now knight h4 and bishop g6 looks really good for Duda here. I should go to Japan again, yeah, but there's no tournament in Japan, and traveling during COVID is pretty iffy. FIDE Online Olympiad, yes, there was the Online Olympiad, but that doesn't count. That's not a rated event. So yeah. Bishop f3, queen e5, knight g6 is good for white. Probably you go back to h7 here. Still, I think, I mean, this looks very good for white. Somehow white should be better. I don't quite know how. Okay, computer says knight d5. It's not a very human move. I mean, Duda might still find it, but it's not a human move. Actually, the longer Duda thinks, the more likely it is that he finds it. Yeah. It's this kind of idiocy that drove Kasparov to leave FIDE. Yeah, I mean, obviously. But yeah, that's what I would say. Thinking of Matt Curry for the prime thing, Ask Cannon for the 2 months thing, Laurent for the 2, conceivably wrong for the 8, Ionic for the 3, thank you to Event Horizon Void for the 3 months, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think here I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do. Basically, I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm going to do. So you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to write an email to FIDE. I'm going to write an email to the president and find out if that's really their intention. And if that's their intention, I am going to organize a match just to play 9 games. I'll just find people out here who are FIDE rated. I'll just play 9 games against them. So that's what I'm going to do. Just so you guys are aware, that's what I'm going to do. So, like, I mean, we'll see if they choose to waive that, and if they don't, then yeah. I mean, if they keep that silly rule in place, I'm just gonna play a match against someone. And yeah, they can be mad at me all they want for it, but I mean, their rule is stupid, so I'm actually gonna do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Would FIDE not need to approve? No, as long as there's an arbiter here who can confirm that it's a fair match, that you're playing, you know, just standard games of chess. Then the tournament will be rated, or the match will be rated. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. Like, yeah, yeah, you need 9 classical games played this year, exactly. No, I'm gonna write an email to FIDE and find out what like if they're gonna be like really strict about that. If they're gonna be like the nine games of classical and they discount online, they discount rapid and blitz that have been played over the board, then I'm gonna do it. Plain and simple. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. GRP, are you fans behind me? Well, I mean, I don't like the idea of doing something like that. It feels very wrong to me personally. But I mean, if they're gonna have silly rules like that, then so be it. Okay, rook takes b7, rook d3, maybe knight d1 here. You can't vlog it because then it would be discounted. It wouldn't be a classical rated game. It has to be serious. I mean, you have to play no phones, nothing like that. Okay, knight g2 is played. So Anisha's turned this around here. He's much better. Rook d8, maybe rook d2, maybe knight c5 next move. Rook d1, rook c3. Okay, Anish should be winning here. Knight c. Oh, but there's f5. Bishop c2. Stop the mate. f5, check and mate. Bishop e5. Wow. Yeah, king d1 you get mated. King b3 you get mated. It's mate no matter what. Thank you CW for the 35 months. Thank you so much to CW55 CW. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. We have virtual NA for the 7 months as well. Thank you so much. Okay, so the match is now tied. This is a very, very close match right now. It's 5-5 as we head into the home stretch. Yeah, very, very tight. Yeah. No, and the good thing is also is because of actually speaking of ironies, speaking of ironies, the Meltwater tournament that I played the grand final, they required players to have arbiters. So because they required players to have arbiters at their physical playing location, I now know a couple of arbiters. So it actually would not be difficult at all. It would not be difficult at all to set it up. So like I know a couple arbiters who are like they're FIDE approved, and I mean, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it's actually like pretty it'll be pretty straightforward. Yeah. No, I'm gonna write an email actually. So I'm just looking for a DM. That's all. All right, let's see. Let's see. So is black gonna castle here or play h6 and g5? It castles maybe e5 rook e8's an idea here. What I qualify for? I will qualify for the Grand Prix. That's what I would say. So knight e5 is played, so probably takes knight e4 maybe is the right way to play this, but yeah. What if I draw or lose one of the games? Well, then so be it. But I'm pretty confident I won't lose or draw. But yeah, that's just what I would say. Well, I stream. No, of course not, because it has to be serious chess, you guys. You have to play. There has to be an arbiter. You have to be quiet. There's silence, no fans, nobody. I know. I would just no. We just go play the game somewhere with a clock. You know, standard like 40-2 game and 30 after that. You know what's You know what's even more insane about this, by the way, that you guys. I'll give you guys a story. So there have been situations with people who have worked within FIDE where they fake tournaments. There were tournaments that were never played and were rated as though they had happened. And some people in chat know what I'm referring to, but there was certain instance of someone who works within FIDE where they quote unquote played a tournament and the games were never actually played. So it's pretty the whole thing is pretty insane. The whole system can be gamed no matter what. Oh, it's 90 plus 30 now. Yeah. Okay, there's knight takes e5 here is coming up. If white takes, you can just take with the bishop and go back to e8. Is Boston Mike capable of not talking trash? Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna write an email and find out. Plain and simple. I'll write an email, and if they're gonna stick to that insane rule, then yeah, I'm just gonna play a match against someone like Boston Mike, and I mean, they can hate me for doing it, but you know, the rules are the rules. Okay, so knight takes e5 and f6 is playable here. It's knight e5, maybe f6. Exploit the system. Well, I mean, if they're gonna have a stupid rule, I mean, you have a stupid rule, it's sort of then you have a stupid rule, then that's what it is. Yeah. If you have a stupid rule, then I mean, and someone has, I mean, during considering the current situation, someone has to game it. So be it. Yeah. Why does that have to be 9 games? That I don't know. I don't know about the I don't know about the 9 games number. That's just kind of odd. Let's see what black's gonna play here. Is black gonna play bishop c5 or knight b8 here? I think bishop c5 makes the most sense. But after knight c6 takes bishop d3, white should be better here, I would think. No, I'll do an email, but I'm obviously not going to work on it till after the stream because I don't. I mean, it is something of a serious email, and I should treat it as such. So I'll deal with it after the stream, but not on stream. Thank you to Tune SP for the Prime. Thanks so much to Tune SP. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to Matt Gar for the 20 months. Would I be able to beat 2400 GM 9-0? That I don't know. That'd be a lot closer, a lot unclear, a lot more unclear. Bishop takes c4. White should be quite a bit better here. 95, you can take e6 and go f5, e4. Contractually bound with FIDE? No, FIDE doesn't have any such claims. So one thing FIDE did do very sneakily, I would say, is that in the contract for playing in a tournament like the Grand Swiss or the World Cup, FIDE basically put in a clause that says you can't play in a quote unquote world championship cycle with any other organization for 4 years. They did put that in their contracts. Which basically that feels like a way of trying to prevent like chess24 or chess.com or any of these other sites from having like a quote unquote world championship of something, which I thought was kind of like a little bit tricky. So there is that. Yeah. All right, let's see. What is Anish gonna play? Bishop f1 maybe is good. Maybe queen e2. It takes the pawn. This looked. I thought there was rook d1 here. There's also rook e8. Wait, but now queen e2. Apparently rook e8 was winning. Oh, because you could take and mate. So I guess you trade. Oh, there's rook check. Uh uh Anish blunt. Oh wow, Anish made a huge mistake here. Bring the king in. I mean, I think this is still okay for Anish, but fairly big blunder. Thank you to Enzo Teixeira for the 3 months. Thank you so much to Enzo Teixeira. You have king h4, king d6, king h5, rook e2. King e5 maybe is a move. I think white's king is getting in here. King g6. And now king h6, there's rook h1. Anish just misplayed this again. King g7, and it should be a draw. G5 takes. Check. Bishop g4 still goes on. Okay, h5, h6. This might be a wide peepo. This is the wide peepos. White's winning. h6, e7, bishop d7, or bishop h5. Yeah, Anish is winning here after e7. Bishop e6, game over. So Anish has come back 2 in a row. He takes the lead. He's now ahead 6-5. He's now ahead 6-5. This is getting really. This is gonna be a really fun finish to this match. It's gonna come down to the bullet basically, and we'll see what happens here. Las Vegas North American Open, yes, but that, first of all, I don't know if that's 9 games. Secondly, that won't be rated till January. So there's that too. So there's that as well. So yeah, I would have to do it in the next month or so. But that's plain and simple what I would say. Maybe against Felix Longgel, right, yeah. Okay, so h4 is played. I guess the idea is to play h5 here. White can also go maybe bishop g5. I think if b5, black sacrificing a pawn on the king's side for quick play. Yeah, I only started playing. I only started playing chess in 2020. Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's kind of insane. I think it's insane. But like I said, I'll write an email, and if they're really not going to make exceptions during COVID times for that, then what's going to happen is, I mean, I'm going to play a 9-game match against someone who's like 1800. And yes, I mean, it's not correct at all. But if they're going to have stupid rules like that, then so be it. So yeah, that's what I would say. See, okay, so black can either take with a pawn, take with a knight. Maybe f4 is a move. F4 takes. I'm sure that it's something that's been in regulations in the past. I don't doubt that, and it actually makes sense in a normal world that you have that regulation. It makes perfect sense in a normal world to have that regulation. It does not make sense to have that rule in the current world that we're living in, is what I would say. In the regular world, I would be 100% for that. So that's what I would say. So f4, knight g4, you take. Yeah. What do you mean by? I mean a world where there's no COVID, a world where you can travel freely, there's nothing going on, and they're just regular chess tournaments all the time, and that's what I mean. That's what I refer to. Um, yeah, you can play knight g6, knight e7. COVID is never going to leave. I mean, maybe it's possible. Okay, so maybe queen h5 is a move here. This actually looks very scary for black in this position. We didn't live in a world with no COVID. Funny. Let's see. So what is black going to do here? Queen h5 is a big threat. I mean, I'll try to just focus on the games for a little because I don't want to be overly negative. I'm fairly annoyed by this stuff, but I don't want that to like ruin the stream. Okay, queen f6. If queen c2, there's probably c4. If you go bishop d2, knight c7. The computer likes king f1. I don't know how human that is, but king f1 actually makes king f1 and rook h3 makes a lot of sense here. So he goes bishop d2 with the idea of rook h3, king f1, and queen h5. See, what is he going to play? Rook b7. I guess the idea is rook e7 here. I think the last time I saw you playing classical chess was a FIDE Grand Swiss 2019. You played amazing chess there. I played a FIDE Grand Prix event in November of 2019 where I lost in the first round to Topalov. But yeah, the Grand Swiss was my second to last term that I played, which was classical chess. And yes, I played very well there. I got kind of unlucky. I got kind of a little bit unlucky at the end because I played Fabiano. Although I did have a chance for like one move in that game against Fabiano, I had a chance. Although honestly, it wouldn't have made a difference because even if I had won that game, Wang Hao still would have had the tie break. So I went to qualified. But yeah. What if they say you don't qualify through rating? Actually, Forking Genius, on the list of players who qualify by rating, I was on that list, is what I was told. I can check again, but I was told that I was on that list. And again, if I play a 9-game match against someone and I win all 9 games and I gain like 8 points, I'll definitely make that list for sure. Because if I gain 8 points, it takes me up to like number 15. So that's why I'm gonna write an email to find out, because like I don't like the idea of it at all. It feels very wrong to me. It feels very, very wrong to game the system like that. I'm totally opposed to it. But if they're gonna have a stupid rule that you know that like this, then I might have to do it. So yeah. If you fly me out to California, we can make 9 draws. Yes, Benjamin, and I will lose like 10 points. Actually, I don't know what Benjamin's rating is these days, but yeah. Bog with a smart plan, yeah. Thank you to Levy 400 for the good stuff. Socrates Nuts for the 17, NRFC for the 4, Danilon for the 3. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's keep going. Okay, rook f8, king f8 here, maybe king f2. White should be a little bit better. I don't actually, white's up a pawn, right? 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3. So white's up a pawn here. Okay, g4 is played. So if you take, white just takes on g4 with the queen here. Actually, g5 and rook h6 looks very strong. G5 and rook h6. Here looks winning. G5, queen f7, queen f3, knight c5, maybe then queen h3, and there's a mate on h8. Yeah, g5 must be winning for white. Kind of surprised Duda is still thinking here and hasn't played the move. Oh, remove the minus from the timer. Sorry. Yeah, apologies. Yeah, apologies for that. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. Rook e1, king f2, of course, takes. White is a great bishop combo. Queen h6 should be. Is this actually winning? Wait, takes you just a bishop f5 and then yeah, bishop f5 and bishop e6 or h7. Completely winning here for takes, and yeah, white wins this endgame. King e3, d4. All right, next game coming up here. Oh, right. Actually, it's not the next game. So there's 30-18 left on the timer, which means, again, they're at the halfway spot here. So they are going to be taking another break here. They say it's a 4-minute break. So I guess I will take a break as well. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a short break. And we are going to come back. We'll come back very shortly and keep rolling. So I'll be right back in 1 second, you guys. All right, you guys are back. Think of the Gimpy one hand for the 7th thing, or Jacuzzi Playboy for the prime. Appreciate. All right, so the match is currently, I believe the match is 6-6, right? I didn't update the score before I went to the restroom. Match is currently 6-6, and they do have about 30 minutes left in the 3-minute, and then it's 30 minutes of 1+1. So this is gonna be a very fun finish here as we head into the home stretch of this match. So really, really looking forward to it. I had my first OTB tournament this weekend, scored 3 out of 5, and took first among all the unrated players in turns. Big thanks to you for introducing me to chess. No problem, Bobo. With time. I'm glad you enjoy chess. Hope all is good. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Is Narrow Disky considered better than either of these two at Blitz? I think with increment, probably not. I think without increment, I think without increment in the if Daniel played Anish without increment, I think Daniel would beat him. I think without increment, Daniel would beat him straight up. If they played 5-0, 3-0, and 1-0 for the same portion without increment, I think Daniel would beat Anish. But with increment, I think Anish would win. I think the increment is the increment makes a big difference. 1-0, yeah, in 1-0 actually 1-0 he would smoke Anish actually. In 1-0 he would. But I think with increment, I think that Anish would beat him with increment. I think without, though, Daniel would beat him. I don't know about Duda, because Duda is really, really fast. Duda is really, really fast in bullet. I played some bullet against Duda, so I'm not so sure there. I think also the same thing, though. I think Daniel has a chance without increment against Duda. I think with increment, Duda probably wins, though. I think Duda probably wins with increment. That's what I would say. Bach would beat either of them at puzzles, though, for sure. Absolutely, he would. Thank you to Robert Shield for the 2 months. Thank you so much to Robert Shield. Is a king worth 12 points? I don't know, but it's like, what do you put as 12, kind of? I mean, it's tough. I don't know what should be 12. Bach may be the greatest puzzle player of all time. I would be curious how people like Timur Rajbov would do. Will he move someday? The game should be starting in a second. Yeah, I think Daniel is much better without increment. Playing with increment definitely hurts Daniel quite a bit. That's what I would say. Definitely not to his benefit, that's for sure. That's what I would say. Bach may be the greatest finisher since. I mean, Bach is amazing. I've heard that Timur Rajbov and Sergei Karyakin are very good at puzzles, but of course they don't do puzzles. They don't do like Puzzle Rush or any of that stuff. But I have heard that both of them are very, very good. That's just what I've heard. I mean, maybe that's wrong. I don't know, but that's at least what I've heard from sources. I play the SCC on Friday. Yeah, on Friday I do. Thank you to Actio Liberating Causa for the prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. See what happens here. Oh, wait, I didn't start the clock. Am I playing a Hearthstone streamer? Indeed I am, yeah. I could invite Timur to do Puzzle Rush with me. I think Timur is actually very, very... Isn't knight b5 just good for white with knight e2 and bishop f4? Am I insane? Wait, what? I thought knight b5 was just good for white. Maybe not. Anyway, yeah, I would love to do something with Timur, but I think Timur is very busy. I think he's preparing very seriously for the candidates tournament, and I think he's more or less stopped appearing on streams and things. That's what I've that's my read of the situation. Maybe it's right, maybe it's not. So yeah, no, I think Timur is very serious. When you start in FIDE terms, you start for your TSM or play for myself. I mean, I play for myself, but obviously I rep TSM. So yeah. Okay, so bishop d6, knight c2, castles, maybe e5, maybe knight d7, some e5. I mean, I think after queen e2, this is supposed to be a little bit better for white. I'm kind of surprised that Duda keeps playing the Caro Khan here. A little bit surprised. Knight e5 looks strong. h5 is... Oh, knight e5... Wait, is knight e5 just winning? So if you take... I have bishop h7, takes and takes. Maybe you have g6, but this is creating weaknesses around the king's side. The Caro can't. Yeah, the Caro can't exactly. Yeah. 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 Let's see. Play f6 and play knight g7 here. You can take on e5. Maybe bishop g7 here. Maybe bishop d6. What's wrong with the Caro-Kann? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the Caro-Kann. Nothing wrong at all. Probably bishop c5. I actually like what Duda has done here. He's down in exchange, but he has a piece and a pawn for the rook here. So it looks playable. You can go king g7 here. You can also play like rook f8. You can also play e5. Okay, queen b6, reasonable move. I guess the idea is just king g7, rook f8, maybe bishop c5 at some point. Okay, h4, probably h5 here. King g7 and rook e8 or rook f8. I think it's relatively okay for black, but it's tough to play. King g7, maybe rook f8. There's also a5, a4 maybe. Probably b4 is an idea here. Maybe just queen c7. I think black is actually relatively okay here. I think black might be just completely fine. Pawns are very stable here. You can always go e5 if you want. You can also just move the king back. G3 is weak. Maybe b4 at some moment. I think that Duda is completely fine here. Just bishop g7. Very, very pleasant position. Bishop g7, of course. Or f6 with king g7. And I think Duda is not going to lose this game. Anish is he's a mix. He plays for the Netherlands. I think he's like Russian, Nepalese, and I think Russian and Nepalese primarily is his ethnicity. I think so. He's like Russian and Nepalese, I believe. Okay, rook e3, probably just like bishop b7. Oh, now there's a problem in this diagonal. I mean, d4 and bishop d4, rook d5 looks kind of interesting. Okay, Anish is going to put the bishop on g2. Maybe b4 here. I actually really like b4. Oh, wait, no. Takes. Never mind. Just still aiming for b4. Just go b4 or d4 here. Thank you to Yanku for the 8 months. Thank you to Riri Zari for the 2. Thank you to X Dome Shots for the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Shirov also has an interesting story about the Grand Prix and FIDE communication, so I post the YouTube link. Sure, Nordman. I'll take that and put that in a separate window. But yeah, go ahead and write that. It'll get crossed out, Nordman. Game ends in a draw, so this game ends in a draw. All right, 6.5, 6.5. But yeah, go ahead and post it, Nordman. It'll get crossed out, but I'll just put it in a separate window.
Let me ask you just about it.
Okay, I'll just put that in a separate window for right now. I'll take a look at it later on. So it's 2.5 to 2.5 is the score. Currently, the match is tied. Very, very close. Probably knight e2, knight g3, and bishop e2, I guess, is the next set of moves. Thank you to Tyler Joey for the Prime. Thank you so much, Tyler Joey. Appreciate it. Magnus has played the Caro-Kann. He played it in the World Championship match against Vishy Anand one time. The very first game of their first World Championship match, I believe, in 2013 or 14. But yeah, Magnus doesn't play the Caro-Kann that often. It's 2.5, 2.5, but it was 4-4 in the 5-1, so it's 6.5, 6.5. Who's favorite in Bolt? I assume it's got to be Duda, but this match has been very balanced. I'll be playing in the SCC. Yeah, the SCC starting in I start on Friday, so 4 days from now. Yeah, I think on the next break I'll watch the clip. Probably that's what I'll do. So H3 is played here. I guess, I mean, B5 is a move. Yeah, no, Anish grew up in he grew up in Russia, I think, for the first like 10-15 years, or maybe not 15, but first like 10 plus years. It's gonna be DE5 F5, by the way. Create the weakness and play for knight e4, bishop g5. Very thematic sack in the... Oh, I didn't not expect that. I was sure he would go F5. Now knight e8, and this is actually a classic sack by black and these Kings and Benonis, where black has a great bishop on d4. I don't like this by Duda at all. Did I watch Arcane? No, I didn't watch Arcane. Not yet. Not yet, no. But I heard it was good. I heard that everyone liked it. I saw some posts. Queen h4 is a strong concept here too. Yeah, on the next break we'll watch that Shirov clip. We'll watch that Shirov clip. So knight d6 is played, so I guess white trades and goes knight e4. I don't know if I like knight d6 necessarily by Anish. I thought queen h4, bishop d4 were much more thematic moves. So I don't love this, but takes knight e4, bishop e5. Still very unclear though, very unclear. We have a Shirov clip regarding the FIDE Grand Prix because I don't think he qualified. I don't think he quite qualified because he didn't finish in the top 10. Oh, he did qualify? Okay, finished in the top 10. I wasn't sure. I mean, I wasn't sure if that was counted or not. Who I think will reach the finals with me? Oh, we're nowhere near that point yet. I have to win like 3 matches. Did I hear the jokes Samay made about you during CSL? No, but Samay has done great things for chess. I mean, Shirov is just a very blunt person. Yeah, no, I mean, I like what Shirov says. I will say this, like I said it before, but out of all the people in the chess world, like he's been screwed harder than anybody else. And yeah, you can make jokes about that, but I mean, he totally got screwed over when he should have had a world championship match. I mean, that cost him like at least $500,000 at least with what happened to him. So like, I mean, I have nothing but respect for Alexei. I mean he really was cheated out of what he deserved. So yeah, that's what I would say. How? Well, I'll tell you guys how. I mean, a lot of people don't realize this. Alexei Shirov played a match against Vladimir Kramnik. The winner of the match would go on to play a world championship match against Garry Kasparov. Shirov beat Kramnik in the match, qualified for the world championship match. So first things first, in that match, the loser got prize money. The winner got no prize money because they would then get a world championship match where they would make a lot more money. Very logical, makes a lot of sense. What happens? They couldn't. So Shirov wins the match. They couldn't find sponsors, and Kasparov ends up playing a world championship match against Kramnik instead. So what happens is basically you end up there where Shirov doesn't get money for winning the match. Kramnik gets the loser's money, and Kramnik gets the world championship match despite losing. And so Shirov basically gets no money at all. Like, I mean, like seriously insane. Seriously insane. Yeah, like no, I mean, like I feel like I should definitely explain that 'cause people don't realize just how ridiculous that is. Like that's just like, I mean, that's probably the biggest injustice I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it sounds so ridiculous that it sounds fake. I agree, but it's true. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like, I mean, the single worst thing that like I've ever seen in the world of chess. Nothing compares. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, then Kramnik won the match, no less. Kramnik wins the match against Kasparov, which even makes it funnier too. Kramnik did not get any serious money. They said that the loser got $200,000 from that match. Maybe the loser didn't when all was said and done, but that's what they said. It said that the loser got $200,000. The winner did not get paid till after the World Championship match because they were going to make at least $500,000. So yeah, yeah. All right, let's see. So A5 probably is good for black here. Great bishop, great knight. I mean, I feel like black is better. I don't know if Anish can win this game. I mean, he's definitely better. Oh, he could have traded and got knight e4 maybe. Now he allows rook g4, knight f5, knight e4, and it's gonna get really tricky again. There's knight e4 here. There's also just wait, rook g5. Check. What? What did Anish just do? Wait, this is just game over. King g1, king f1. No, it wasn't FIDE, but my point was that in the chess world, out of everyone who's like, I mean, he's had to deal with the most injustice. By the way, this is a mistake. Rook d1. Wow. No words. No words. Oh, Kramnik only got 80k. He didn't get 200k. Okay, still. I mean, yeah, the whole thing. Okay, rook a8. King d5 just takes. Rook a6, king f5, f6. Game over. Oh man, that's a brutal loss for Duda. Very, very unfortunate. So now the score is Anish is actually ahead by 1 point. He's ahead by 1 point here. I think Kramnik was a much harder opponent. Kramnik won the match, obviously, so I think that goes without saying. But yeah, I was just the point is that Shirov. I mean, he's like out of everybody in the world of chess. I mean, he's had to deal with more than anyone else. I think. So bishop d6, maybe knight g7, maybe knight f6 here. Duda got the bishop outside the chain here, so the bishop's not on c8, it's on h5. Much better placement. Probably just castles. Maybe bishop g6 is a move as well. Shirov's should have lost. Why he beat Kramnik? Because I think Shirov's head-to-head record against Kramnik was very good. I think Shirov actually had a plus score against Kramnik for most of his career. I think even when they played in Isle of Man, maybe in 2018 or 2019, Shirov beat Kramnik, even though Shirov was much more past his prime than Kramnik was. No, Shirov I think always had a good score against Kramnik for whatever reason. Thank you to Puminator for the 17 months. Thank you so much to Puminator. Appreciate it. Am I supporting Duda? I mean, I just want to. I predicted him to win, so I guess technically, but it doesn't really make a big difference. Doesn't make a big difference. You can beat these two blind. My match against Duda was very, very close when I played him last year. I think it was. Okay, probably rook f8 is good here. I mean, this looks very good for black. I'm not quite sure what the win is. Actually, computer says just e5 takes and bishop e2 and something is good. I would not do that as a human. Yeah, knight f4 maybe, or maybe takes. Something's got it. You got to be crashing through. I think takes and rook f8. This has to be winning somehow for black. Takes rook f8 just looks really strong for black. Probably rook f8. Maybe knight f4, knight f4, knight t3 actually. Ooh. I hate that. Yeah, I mean, I hate that move. I hate that move. You just take and go rook f8. Yeah, this is terrible for Anish. She's gonna lose this game. I don't know why I didn't go rook f8, by the way. That was very bizarre to me. Maybe knight h. No, but actually somehow this is tricky. Maybe just rook f8. I don't like what Duda has done at all here. I'm actually not even sure he's better anymore. That's how crazy this is. Time is ticking down here for Duda. He's down 1 point. Very tricky. How did Kramnik find a sponsor but Shirov didn't? I don't know. I mean, I don't know any of that sort of stuff. Okay, so what will Duda do here? Rook f8? Will he like move? I don't really like rook f7. Not really a very logical move. He checks king g2, of course. Knight g5. Maybe wait, takes. No, you just take. Takes rook f8, bishop e2. And I don't see anything. So this just looks very bad. This looks like maybe black is complete. Maybe white is completely fine. Maybe Anish is equalized. Am I in Hawaii? No, I'm not. I'm currently in California. So he takes. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's still 3+1. It's not. They're not in bullet yet. So he does take. King g4. Okay, this is wild. Because Anish has a king right on g4, but rook h1, rook f3, bishop h7 is probably winning. Doesn't play it. Okay, so now rook f2, rook g2. I mean, this king is very open on g4. Very hard to play here for both sides. Apparently this is a blunder. Why is this a blunder? Rook f4 is no good. I mean, e5, queen d7 maybe. Bishop f4. No. Okay, so he plays e5. Actually, ooh, the bar went down. I think you have to check and play rook h1. I think you have to check. I think it's the only move. Here, and then rook h1. I don't actually see how black's winning there. Oh, maybe you can go rook g2 and rook f2. Yeah, rook h1 only move, I assume. Oh, he wants a rook h8 trick. Wait, but no. I thought he wanted rook h1, rook h8, but you just take him over and then come back and you're winning. I don't understand this. You just take. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, wait, no, there's 96. There's 96 check. Never mind, there's 96 here, so it doesn't work. You have 96. I forgot about 96. There's 96. I forgot about that. King f8, 96. There's still king f7. Takes. 97? 97? What's going on here? Wait, this is not over. Wait, 97? Oh, if you take, you get mated. Wow, this is very tricky. F2? I mean, maybe you just check and make a draw. Yeah, very, very weird game. Takes, I guess. Oh, he hung the... Wait, king h7? I think it's just a draw, probably. Because takes, you get mated. Takes... I mean, you can maybe sack for the rook. It's kind of scary. But white does have 4 pawns here. I think Anish should... Because of time, I would take g2 and try to win this if I'm white. If I'm white, I would take g2 and try to win. He's not going to. It's Anish, right? He's going to make a draw. Yeah, it's going to be a draw. No, it's going to be a draw. Yeah, it's going to be a draw, of course. Obviously. After all that, what'd you expect? Anything but a draw? Had to be a draw, right? I think we all knew that was going to be a draw. Okay. Let's see. Okay, knight d5, probably queen d8 here. Queen d3. Okay, very standard so far. Probably g6. Very logical. Would I win those positions? I don't know. I mean, that was a very weird game. Very, very weird game. Hard to judge because both players kind of made mistakes. And it's like just when you thought one side was winning, one side wasn't. Not 94, by the way, because there's queen a4 check. Classic right triangle, of course. Just in case you guys see it. That's why black can't take on e4. I like your commentary, but nothing beats when you were playing yourself. I mean, obviously, I get that, but this is still a very hype match. So there's no reason not to cover it. I would have stacked on G2 for sure there. I would have taken on G2 and just played the game out. But I mean, I understand why Giri was definitely a little bit worried. I do feel like Duda definitely, yeah, the quality of his play at times has been very, very up and down. He's been good at times. He's also been really bad at times. It's just been very inconsistent match from him so far. I assume 97 B6. I think Anish is already better. I think Anish is going to win this game. I don't like B4 at all. There's going to be 97 knight B6, A5 at some point. Don't like this. I don't like this at all. I think knight B6 and just A5 takes rook C8. Very thematic. Very, very good for black, I think. Why is Anish called Drana? She's called oh, I forgot what I was saying. I was saying something. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to you guys, chat. That's who I'm talking to. And rook G1 and bishop G4. This has actually somehow switched quite a bit. What happened? I think king H7 was too slow. I thought he should just go knight B6 and then A5, but that was G4, and yeah, now it's a little bit sketchy. I'm talking to you guys, chat. I mean, this is very scary. D6 is weak, G4 is weak. Maybe you have knight F6 here, but very, very scary. I'm talking to chat. Oh, I'm just crazy. Yes, there is that possibility. I could just be completely crazy. I like knight D5 here, by the way. Knight D5 and then bishop D3. Just open up the diagonal for the new excavation. Knight D5 looks very nice. I love knight D5. Dude, Braun Tide for the prime. Thanks so much to Braun Tide. Appreciate it. Yeah, I did go to clubs when I was younger. Yeah, I played at the Marshall Chess Club all the time. Yeah. Oh, he meant nightclubs? Oh, I thought he meant clubs. Never mind. Knight D5, I love this move. Black has actually some serious problems here. I actually have revised my opinion. I think Duda is going to win this game now. But yeah. All right, so let's see what happens. Black, I guess, can go G3 here. Takes looks pretty scary. It goes rook F4, thematic. It takes, then you take and you open up this diagonal and you murder white on this long diagonal. So white definitely doesn't want to trade on F4. Oh, man. Uh-oh. He really did this? I mean, queen F6, aren't you just getting murdered on the diagonal? Computer says you aren't. I'm not sure why. Okay, actually, I like e5 because now the bishop's in the way of the queen. So, like, if you line up with the bishop in front, there's no mate threat. So now you can just take and go queen d3. Again, you have problems with knight c4, knight a4. That your king is actually quite open here. So this is fairly scary. Can I explain the numbers? The numbers above me are the numbers of the match score. There's queen g6 here. Maybe queen g6 and bishop f5. Tough position to play. I think Anish is going to win this game. I expect Anish to win. King c1 maybe? King c1, king d2 I guess is the move here. Expecting to draw. I mean, maybe it'll be a draw, but I know this feels bad. Oh, I guess the idea is h7 and queen g8. That's the idea for white. White wants to go h7, queen g8. It's actually quite nasty. A very nasty idea here. Why is this winning? Oh, rook he1 is winning. Okay, there's no way Duda will find rook he1, right? No, of course not. Just not a human move at all. Although, actually, wait. If you take, there's still h7, bishop g7, queen f7. I'm mating you this way. Can't you just take? I did. Anish just hang the knight. h7. Got to take with a rook here. If you take with a bishop, you get mated. This rook takes, and now you go rook a3 and you mate again on g8. Like bishop g7, queen f7, same problem. Queen f7, of course, or rook a3. Rook a3 is also good. Yeah, now just queen f7 next move. Crazy game. Queen f7. Insane. This whole match has been completely insane. King d1, king e2, king e2, king f1. What, he just bishop b3, queen d5, I guess. Wow, he almost blundered it, but he gets the win, and it's even material. Jeez. Okay, final game. This is gonna be the final game of 3+1. Insane game, absolutely insane. So he takes. I guess white will take on c5, maybe with the pawn, or go bishop d3 maybe here. As he thought it's like 8 games. No, I mean it's based on a timer, how much time there is. One plus 1.2. Yeah, this looks like a questionable opening by Duda, but still, yeah, this is good content. I mean, I was expecting it to be a close match, but not this close. I mean, this is really close. I mean, it's 8-8. He's trying to play Hikaru. True. Yeah, queen a5 is not a move. Queen a5 is not a move. Yeah, it's not a move. Yeah, they're all over the place. Maybe knight c6 is a move here. Knight g6, maybe bishop g4 as well. So the clock is about to run out. So this is gonna be the final game. This is gonna be the final game here. 9, 8, 6, 5. Okay, so time is up. So this is the end of the three minute portion. So let me adjust the timer once again. So it's gonna be probably, I don't know what it's gonna be here. I think it's gonna be, I think a draw would be a fitting score here. Why not Anish playing the Grand Swiss? I think he didn't like his odds in a I just think he didn't like his odds. He didn't like his odds in a Swiss tournament. I mean, kind of like Levon, who went and it just did not work out for Levon at all. So that's my guess. Okay, queen d6. I guess the idea is to play d4 somewhere. White's a little bit better here. Maybe rook d1 and bishop c2, queen d3. Isolated pawn here. Like bishop c2 and queen d3 looks pretty reasonable for white. I'm not sure what else white can do here. Maybe no, computer says rook e2 doesn't make sense. Bishop c2 looks like the human move. Bishop c2 and queen d3. Thank you to trainer Emil for the 9 months. Thank you so much to trainer Emil. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 9 months. So after takes knight c. Okay, so rook d6 and takes, I guess. Because the queen f4, just gf4 looks good. Yeah, I think on each set it was a lottery, right? So I mean, it's kind of makes sense. The more material that comes off, it looks more like a like an advantage. Depends on the pieces that come off the board. I would say if queens come off the board, it's still not great. Although I hate this move because now, well, maybe I don't because you still can't take of e7. Still tricky. He's trying to trade and trade. That's the whole idea. Let's see what happens. So white go rook e1 here. There's rook e1, there's knight c6. Okay, trades. This is now very drawish. Very drawish. You can take and go knight c6 and d4, and this should just be a draw. You get a big pp, small poo-poo for the prime. Thanks so much. Just d4 here. Or rook d6 and d4. Some combo with d4 and black's completely fine here. So yeah, d4 just takes knight d4 and rook d6. Yeah, it's gonna be a draw. Play knight b5. You can also go knight f5, I guess. David Howell has been above 2,700. Yes. Thank you to Petrov offense for the 8 months. Probably knight e6 is the move. Maybe knight c6. Maybe knight b3. But this should be a draw. No, I mean Howell's. I mean the like I said before, you guys. The reason that the whole Howell thing really annoyed me in some ways was because David's not just a commentator. He's not someone who's like just 2,500 GM. I mean, he's someone who's been 2,700. Like he's played in a lot of very serious tournaments. So like he knows the whole strategy of draws and all this other stuff. So that's why it really bothered me when he was saying these things. I mean, someone who's like 2,500 who hasn't played top level events might not understand draws and things of this nature, but someone who has definitely knows the name of the game, and they've done it themselves too. So that's what I would say. Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's a lot of people don't realize he's a very strong player. Maybe he's getting pressure from someone above. Nah, I doubt that. Will Alirez have chances? Yes, he will. No, the time is up, you guys. This is the last game. Okay, so white's trying to get in with the king, but I think if you just play knight c7, you just run the king back. It's gonna be a draw. So the match is gonna be tied going into the final portion. This has been a very, very close match. Nobody's been able to break away. I don't think anyone's ever been up by more than one game. FIDE Grand Prix 22 is going to be in Berlin. Yeah, well, I have to figure out how I'm going to get my 9 rated games, unless FIDE decides to be smart. Shirov clip will be, I'm going to use the restroom because I need to use the restroom, and then after I come back from the break, which this is the break, then we'll watch it. All right, welcome back, you guys. Okay, so what do we have? We have this clip, right? Okay, I think I'm gonna stop the music. Okay, I'm gonna hope that Spotify reopens. Let's hope that Spotify reopens because we're gonna watch that clip. Oh, good. Spotify does reopen. Good. So okay, so let's watch this clip, you guys. The Shirov clip. Let's pull this up. So what is this clip? Let's change the scene. Okay, here we go. Here's the clip. Let's watch this clip. What is this clip?
That you were one of the leaders in this tournament here, and you stand serious chances to qualify for the FIDE Grand Prix. If you do, you will be one.
Well, first of all, about the FIDE Grand Prix, I only learned yesterday, shortly before pairings. So that says something about FIDE communication, right?
Yes.
So better we don't talk more about that. I think.
Okay,
yeah.
and
which I think is totally abnormal. I mean, all those rounds, I think, okay, I only have chances, let's say, to be in top 2, which I thought was a bit unrealistic, or I simply want to have, okay, good performance. So I thought I'm only playing for one of those two things. And about FIDE Grand Prix, suddenly yesterday during the dinner, my teammate David Anton just told me this, but he himself only learned it maybe 2 days before. So okay, so this is FIDE communication. Okay,
well, good of you to mention. I'm sure FIDE will and should take note. And if
I'm sorry, you guys. That cracks me up. This guy at the end just cracks me. He's like, I'm sure FIDE will think and take note. That is like the greatest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna think and take note, right? I'm sure they're gonna think and take note. That's great.
If you go to the Grand Prix and altogether looking at this tournament as well, you're one of the most...
I don't talk about ifs. I mean, if I'm qualified for Grand Prix, I can answer that question. Before, it makes no sense.
Okay, but overall, we can conclude that this was a good, enjoyable tournament for you.
Well, okay. No, I don't think there was anything to enjoy, but at least I'm happy with my result.
Okay, well, at least you're happy with something. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Yeah.
That is so good, you guys. Wow. No, it's not Stuart Conquest. This is FIDE guy who's been doing interviews for a while. Thank you to Fencer for the 2 months. This is FIDE guy who's been doing this. Some British FIDE guy who's been doing these interviews who I don't think is actually a chess player, which is why a lot of these things kind of come off a little bit weird. No, I mean Shirov is absolutely right. It's like even for the FIDE Grand Prix, I didn't even realize until today that there's some issue. Like it's just, I mean, it's very, very strange is what I would say. Plain and simple. So that's just all I would say. But yeah, it's kind of insane. But yeah. Insane. Just absolutely insane. All right, you guys. Anyway, let's get back to the chess. We have the chess to keep rolling with. Let me change the scene again. And we do have the final portion of the bullet coming up very shortly. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much to Ramus Funnier for the 7 months. Thank you so much. No, I mean, I agree with Shirov. He's absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, I mean, Shirov is absolutely right. Plain and simple. Like, I mean, nobody knew what the situation was. Like, I'm betting you that FIDE now, maybe FIDE is lucky because he played the World Cup, but I bet FIDE he assumed that because he had played, there was no issue with the FIDE Grand Prix. And he's very lucky because since he played the World Cup, it's fine, but I guarantee you FIDE was unaware of this either. So, 100%, I mean, this is just FIDE. It's just FIDE. That's what I would say. But yeah. Anyway, all right. So the match is tied. It's 8.5. They're headed into the final portion of Bullet, which is going to be 30 minutes. So it's going to be pretty messy. Thank you to Bobo Time for the 2 months. Thank you so much, Bobo Time. No, FIDE will be able to play because he played the World Cup, but even he was in serious danger. If he hadn't played the World Cup, he couldn't play. Just like Anand can't play either. So yeah, it's not actually a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter. So anyway, 1+1 coming up here. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I also think it's pretty insane. I have 2 monitors. Is Levon allowed? I think Levon played the Grand Swiss, so he is. Yeah, he is. Oh, don't worry, you guys. On my other monitor, I'm making. On my other monitor, I literally have like five different thoughts about how I can play 9 games. So that's literally during these breaks when I'm writing, I'm literally coming up with different ideas. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on my other monitor. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. You're writing your ideas on Notepad. Yeah, I am. No, I'm not writing an email. I'll write an email later, but I'm literally making notes and looking at various tournaments in the United States, across many different parts. Here in California, looking on the East Coast, looking at Texas, many different places. Anyway, yeah. I wonder if there are any tournaments in St. Louis, actually. No, I was not eliminated from the SCC. No, I was not. Well, I take part in the Grand Prix. Well, I am technically qualified by rating, but they have they made a requirement that you have to play 9 games. Wouldn't the K factor affect the rating? What do you mean K factor? K factor is permanent. Your K factor is permanently 5. Although I do wonder if there have ever been cases of someone retiring and then unretiring, because I feel like that doesn't happen. The Coffee Chess Championship, yeah. Wouldn't it be a waste of time to play 9 games for 3 hours each or more? I mean, objectively, yes. But if FIDE is going to stick to this insane rule about activity, then I mean, I'll have to. And there are many ways that I can do it. I mean, everybody hates FIDE. Let's be honest. Everybody hates FIDE. Nobody likes what they do, but they have a monopoly on the system, and so it's very hard to do anything. Additionally, it'd be very hard to set up an organization. They have the rights over rated tournaments and many other events. So I mean, nobody's happy with FIDE. Everybody has an axe to grind. It's just a question of to what degree is the axe that they have to grind. That's the only thing. It depends how big the axe is. But yeah, I mean, Shirov's pissed off too. You can see Shirov is just like, she's like, what is this nonsense? I mean, there's so many different things. But yeah, I mean, nobody likes it, but they are the only show in town. At the end of the day, they're the only show in town. They have a monopoly over the entire system, at least for now. Unless chess.com or chess24 choose to get involved, which they both could, by the way. I think there's nothing that can be done, because they basically they have control of the rating system. They have control over the world championship, both world championships. I think technically the male and female world championships. So yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, they've got a lock on these things. Kasparov's idea fell apart because at some point it also felt like with Kasparov's various machinations, like PCA or what was it? There was the AP. It was the AP. No, there was another one. GMA, I think it was as well. GMA, PCA. That basically they couldn't find sponsors, and it became a lot of infighting as well. So that's kind of what happened. But yeah, it's what it is. It's disappointing, but I don't see anything coming in to replace it, unfortunately, is what I would say. Okay, let's see. So this one, am I worried that there could be sanctions if you criticize them a lot? What? I mean, what, they're going to ban me from tournaments? I mean, that would only hurt them more than me. That would actually just probably be very destructive for chess. Very, very destructive for chess. Oh, wait, I should start the clock. This is 1+1. I mean, that would just be destructive for chess as a whole. That would drive so many people away from the game. Isn't the problem hosting tournaments isn't profitable? Kasparov's initiatives were politically motivated. Maybe. I mean, that's also the other problem, is that, like, you know, even if theoretically I say that it would be great to start an organization to compete with FIDE, the problem is at some point, like, it's something where you have to do it, but you have no, like, I think if I want to do that and people, like, I was serious about it, the only way it works is if I literally retire from chess, and that, because then there are no motives that I have personally, because otherwise there can be like personal motives involved too if you're still active, which is also a problem. So there is that issue. Bishop e6 wins a pawn here. There are going to be a lot of blunders in the bullet. Queen a2, queen b5 is unclear. Maybe rook d8. Kasparov, well, that's part of the reason I think Kasparov had issues is that with the various organizations he tried to set up, there were issues because then it's like then there's certain things that are being done that I think were benefiting him specifically. So that's kind of the problem. That's why I'm saying like if I ever want to do it, I think I would have to be retired for it to ever work. In 94, knight f6. Oh wait, no, queen d5, knight f6, knight f6. White should be much better. Oh wait, you can actually take you take e4. This looks bad. Bishop e7. This pawn is very advanced. Looks very, very bad. Very, very bad for very bad for black. Queen c8 and bishop 8. Oh wait, no, there's still queen d8. Wait. Oh, maybe takes and rook c8 and bishop. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful by Duda. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful game by Duda. Beautiful, beautiful game. But if chess.com or chess24 become organized, they could have monopoly over all major tournaments and it'll become like FIDE eventually. Yeah, that's actually a fair assessment too. I don't know what the solution is, but I think at chess there definitely are monopolies and it's not a good thing. Yeah, that's actually true. You're right. If they take over, then they end up with too much power and it could end up becoming like FIDE. That's a fair point. I think Duda's up by 1, right? 9.5, 8.5, maybe castles, maybe e5, knight f4. Maybe rook d8 here. I like white's position, maybe bishop g5. Do I hate Elon? No. Why would I hate Elon? I've been doing stuff in Tesla stock a lot over the last like 4 or 5 months. Why would I hate Elon? Okay, c5 played, maybe bishop b5 here. Apparently Elon played chess when he went to elementary school or what do you call it? Primary school, I think you call it in the UK system. He played it, I think, in Pretoria, or there's some picture of him on the chess team, but yeah. Probably queen e2 here makes a lot of sense. Just develop or just move back and guard the pawn b2. Yeah, he did stop the chess tournament. Yes, I spoke about that before. Whoa, thank you to Roberto Molina for the raid with 79. Thanks so much to Roberto Molina. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks so much to Roberto Molina. Appreciate it. Yeah, he stopped the chess tournament at a Tesla, but at the time, probably, I mean, they were a very small company back then. To be fair, the only question is, did they stop like the other tournaments too or not? That's the real question. They had GMHikaru for the 7 months. Okay, you can't go c4 to a2 hangs. Rook c1, maybe a4 here. I think Woody Harrelson is the strongest chess player. From what I've heard, he's about 1900 player. b4. I think Woody Harrelson was like 1900. That's what I've heard from multiple people, that Woody was like 1900, which is like pretty good. Okay, now white's just winning. Queen b7, like queen e2, or maybe rook d1. I'd go rook d1 and take a. Bishop e7, trade the bishops, because rook d2, there's queen c3. Yeah, Woody is like, I've heard that he's like 1900. Like, I mean, like literally just 1900 at like Blitz. So yeah, that's pretty hardcore. Queen d8. Maybe queen d6 was better. I don't know, but queen a5, rook a4, queen b6. Okay, now yeah, Anish just messed this up. This is probably gonna be a bloodbath here. I think this is gonna be very bad for Anish, this match. Maybe just back. Oh, he blundered this. No, 1900 is very serious. Yeah. Queen b3. Yep. And now queen b. Actually, queen b2 is a very nice move. There's got to be a way to win. Maybe queen b6, c6. White's obvious. Maybe you can just bring the king around, just slow play it. Maybe f3. Yeah. Oh wait, but now there might be queen e5. Queen e5. Wait. Yeah, and you lose because here there's check on d8. Close match. Still an even match. It's even. Still an even match here. It's 10.5, 10.5. We've got a London system, h4, played by Duda, probably bishop d3. No, this is good. What is the tiebreak? I think it's 4 games. I think it's 4 games of Blitz. Is it not Blitz? Sorry, 4 games. I think of Bullet, and it's like you have to score 2.5, and if it's not, I think it's Armageddon. That's what I think it is. It's very yeah, it's still very tricky. Writing notes, no, I'm not. We're just following the games at this point. Okay, knight e5, of course, was bishop e5 next move. Guess idea is b5 or c5 next move. Okay, 7, maybe knight g5 is a move here. Yeah, very, very close match. 9.5, 9.5. All players of London. Yeah, I think everybody has played the London at some point. I've played it too. I mean, everybody's played the London. Ani's just significantly worse here because of rook g5 and rook g1. Knight h4, knight g6. Also e4. I don't know if he's going to go e4 or knight h4 first. He does e4. Rook e1, pressure in the center. You still have knight h4, g6. I guess black's trying to bring the knight in. Takes, rook f5, maybe rook e... What will white do here? Duda's trying to come up with something. I don't see the move. Knight f, but I thought there was knight f6, knight d5. Yeah, I think that was a big mistake by Duda. He might just lose this game. What? What? What was that? Knight f4 maybe? Rook g1, of course. c5. Yeah, I mean, okay, Duda's gonna lose this game, I think. He's gonna lose here. Yeah, I mean, he's down so much on time. There's just no chance to win this. Just no chance. Am I sure on what? Where did I go? I just went to get my fish. I just got my fish and my rice. Wait, what? What the heck just happened? Wait, what the heck just happened? Oh! Oh my god. So bad. So bad. So bad. Okay, so bishop e5 is played here. Black and blue like bishop e7 or castles here. Okay, maybe queen f7, bishop e7. I guess knight d4 here, maybe h6 and c5 is playable. Queen f, I guess white's threatening knight e4. Queen c6. I mean, Duda is kind of on tilt. I think Duda's on tilt now. I think Duda's totally on tilt here. Maybe bishop c5 here. Maybe rook a7, rook b7. Okay, queen d1, queen a4 is coming in here. White should be winning. Queen b5. Okay, queen b7. Maybe queen f8 here. Queen f8 only move. Queen f8. There's no mate, so probably. Okay, now you get rook b7. Yeah, now this is winning for white. How much time is left? So it's a 2-game lead for Anish here. Maybe bishop d3, maybe Cal's. Thank you to Last King for the tier 1. Thank you to Sandra for the 9. Thank you to Henry Sugar for the 17. Appreciate it. Okay, so what's going on here? White's probably better. Bishop f6, knight f6, bishop h7. 15 minutes, so still a lot of time here. A lot of time. Whoa, what? Oh, I guess he takes and you take f6? Wild. Take 6, rook d6. Did I short Tesla? Be honest? No, I did not. No, I sold some puts this morning on the open. That's what I did. So no, I'm completely on the opposite side. Thank you to Captain for the 500 bits. Thank you to Trondor for the 7 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Duda is back knight e4 maybe. Knight a4 is also maybe a move as well. Goes to e2. I don't know if I like this move necessarily. Although white's still up a pawn. Maybe just f3. Oh, but then there's queen g5. This is actually quite tricky. Probably knight f4 here maybe, or knight d4. But I don't like what Duda's done. Maybe f3 here. Bishop h3, e4, knight c6. White should be winning now. c6. Rook d7. Rook d7. e5. No, I mean, why did he do that? No. Oh wait, there's rook g1. Rook g1. Come on. What? Rook g1 was the only move there. What? Duda is just throwing this game. He's gonna lose again. Okay, so Anish wins again, so he's +3. Next game coming up. Let's see what happens here. He's up 4-1 in the bullets. So I mean, Basically, what's happened is Duda has just completely tilted after that game, which he missed the win. He's just tilted. He better settle it down right now because he's down by 3 games. He has to win. I'm not allowed to stream my match on Friday, you guys. No, so I won't be streaming, but I'll stream before and then I'll stream after. No, Duda totally tilted. And now 94. I mean, Duda is just completely tilting away here. Completely tilting away. I mean, 95 here is a move. Maybe bishop f4, maybe queen e2. I mean, actually, I like knight a5 here for Duda. Duda's getting some counterplay, at least in this game. So it's starting to get complicated. Well, I play the World Blitz and Rapid in December in Kazakhstan. It hasn't been set there. I would say there's a chance. I don't really know what the situation is. But I would say that most likely I probably would play. Yeah. You can obviously take, although I don't love it, takes queen g4 and bishop h6. Guess if black takes, you can take and play rook d5 here. Okay, he takes d5. Let's play bishop h6, maybe d4. I think Anish is on the way to winning. Okay, bishop f5, queen e8 takes, rook d8, rook e2, queen c6. Duda is totally tilted. Maybe queen f6. Okay, bishop c2. Okay, b1 is also fine. Wait, Duda just resigns the game. I don't know about that resignation. I guess Duda basically thinks he's gonna lose the game and he wants to save time on the clock. So he's gonna try here. He's got to win the last 4 games, basically. That's it. That's it. He's got to win the last 4 games, and he has a chance, but it's very much on the edge here. Maybe king f1 g2 here. Yeah, dude, Gary's completely winning. All right, so what happens? So king e2 probably takes knight d5. King f3. I mean, you take on c6, of course. Gotta take. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you gotta take at some point on c6 here. It's 0.00. Okay, take a knight d3. Just take a knight d3. Or rook b1. Yeah, knight d3. Take a knight d3. Take. Knight d3. Wasted 10 seconds to find it, but he found it. I would go rook b1 here. Try to go rook b7 or rook a8. Maybe f4. Okay. Maybe king f3. Maybe knight c5. Still very tricky. Rook e8 to move here with knight c7 or knight c5. King e7, rook c8 maybe. Gotta go rook a8. Keep the rooks on the board. Is my food tasty? Yeah, the fish is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Turned out very nicely. E4, E5 here. E4. Maybe rook A6 here. King C4. And there's rook C8 of rook A7. Knight B4 maybe. Okay, it goes there. Knight C5. Okay, bishop D6, E5. Or rook H4. I don't think Duda is going to survive this. Duda's got to go. Got to go. Messed it up. Yeah, there's going to be a draw. The match clock is killing Duda. He has to win this game, and it's the worst kind of endgame. He's got to win this, and I don't think he's going to win this. Rook D8, maybe? Knight E3. Check and something. Knight D5. Okay, this is getting a little bit dicey. Rook G7. Knight E6, I guess. Yeah, this is the game. This is game. Yeah, King H5 and the king runs out. This is match. Anisha's gonna win the match now. Amazing. Wait, was there something here? No. They R33 for the Prime Day and Martin Lundgren for the Tier 1 thing, lasting for the 300 bits. Anish wins the match. He's going to win the match. Duda tilted off. Duda's mouse slip tilted him. And after that mouse slip, that was just too much. No, Anish will run out the clock for sure here. And he will stall. The only time I've seen when someone forget to stall was in the Bullet Chess Championship when Artemiev did not run out the clock against Ali Reza. I don't miss anything. No, I do miss stuff. But yeah, very weird match. That tilt is just what did it. I don't know. I was just surprised that he tilted off because I mean it was a very wild back and forth game. I'm just kind of shocked that he tilted off that game. But again, this is also a terrible position. You can't really win here. I mean, G4 Queen C8 is the idea, but again, 358, no chance. Tilt does last longer in Bullet. So it was Artemiev. It was not Fedosey. It was Artemiev in the semifinals against Ali Reza. He was ahead and he could have run out the clock, but he didn't. Might have check here and take. Check king h3, maybe rook c1. Okay, goes queen c1. Take 6, check king g8. f6. Here and maybe queen h1, but I think after f6 it's a draw. Oh, he's gonna run this. Oh wow, he's gonna try to run the king out here. I think Duda is gonna win this game, by the way. No rook c3, no rook c6 is a crazy move by Anish. Maybe queen e, but then bishop h6. Very tough position. Okay, rook c1, and now black wins. King c8, of course, and king b7, king a6. So Anish is going to run out the clock. There's going to be a win, but it's too little too late. So it's down to a 3-point lead, but there's only 2 minutes left, so it's over here. Okay, knight d5, of course, here. g4, knight d2. Probably you want to go knight e4. Yeah, you guys are asking about Artemiev. Yeah, what I would say about Artemiev is, yeah, he's a very, very good blitz player, but he's seemingly never consistent, which I just don't understand. What am I eating? Some fish. I put all my points on Artemiev. Yeah, he messed up. Or not Artemiev, sorry, on Duda. He let the tilt get to him. No, I mean, Duda just tilted. After that slip, he just tilted. And credit to Giri for taking advantage of that tilt. Thank you to Hikaru for the prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I think there's gonna be one more game, right? Oh no, my timer was wrong. Okay, so that's it. That's it. So in the first match, shockingly, Anish Giri wins by a final score of 14-12. He wins very, very close match up until the bull, and that one mouse slip just tilted Duda. I mean, they're tied in the 5-1, tied in the 3-1, but that one slip by Duda, and it's all out the window. He goes on a 4-game losing streak. Wins 2 to finish out, but he does lose by 2 points. So simply shocking result to me, at least. I mean, I really did expect Duda to crush it and bullet, and he just did not. So big shout out to Anish. Impressive win. He wins his first round matchup of the Speed Chess Championship, and he moves on to the next round, which I think is the quarterfinals, where he will play. I forget who the winner is, but he plays the winner of a certain match. Let me see. Let's see if I can pull this up. Main event. Let's see. What is the bracket? Let me pull it up. Just give me 1 second. He will move on to the next round, where he will play the winner of the match between Ding Loren and Shakira Mamadiyara. Oh wait, no, sorry. Oh wait, no, he moves on to the semifinal, the quarters, where he will play the winner of the match between Peter Savidler and Hikaru Nakamura. Never mind. I didn't realize I'm playing the winner of this match if I win against Savidler. So I had no idea. Fair enough. Okay, that's pretty funny.